bloody hell. Watching football during my game, that's a recipe to take a lot of damage, that is. So, last time. Oh.
Hiya.
It's Newport.
They're all masturbating on the pitch.
Just a bunch of angry wanks going on across the pitch there.
Right.
And that's the audience. So, last time you managed to struggle your way through the gorge, having a lengthy encounter with the man who will be forever known as Chain Dude.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Chain Dude.
Alright. So, upon clearing the edge of the canyon after disassembling the construct that had followed you this far, you removed part of a bone devil bone from his foot and then disenchanted him, where Rastvyn was able to recover a Janai stone from his core. You got to the end of the canyon and looked out over the plain, seeing the state of the place. You could see that there was another ridge ahead, at the far side of this plain. There was various hillocks everywhere. There was a cathedral that was currently under attack by a number of pale demonic creatures and flying demonic creatures. There was a stone circle nearby which had a figure in the middle, a stone statue in the middle, which was surrounded by a number of other stones. There was a town which appeared to be unmolested, straight across the plain in front of you. And off beyond the cathedral, you could see a large walled city. There was some debate about what to do. We cast Seeming on Dramos, deciding to make him look slightly less demonic, going with the let's hang out with the humans and not the devils route. You met up with some Anglon soldiers that were making their way away from the cathedral. They seemed amiable enough and encouraged you to go with their group to the city itself. The group have circled across the plain, and as you've travelled along this way, you can see that despite the somewhat sparse condition of the landscape, it appears there's been some effort to grow crops out here. You can see strands of wheat here and there, but they are, like much of the surrounding landscape, grey in colour or white, and none of the comforting yellow from home that you're so familiar with. And much of it appears to have been burnt recently, you would say, by the look of it. So it may have been that only recently this whole area had been scorched to take away the food supply, maybe for the city. But you travel along. You'd spoken to Svarnir, he was the leader of the group, but we're having more amiable conversation with Thalmor. And that's where we will pick up as you approach the city.
Just to add on to that, they had mentioned about the bishop and the female Harbinger of Fate were at
the Bishop of
fortified
Temperance.
cathedral.
Not bothered about the bishop.
No, it wasn't the Bishop of Temperance. It was the Bishop of
Fate.
Was with the Harbinger of Fate.
No,
Yeah,
the Bishop of
was
Temperance.
Yeah.
Harbinger
of Fate.
Yeah.
I think they said the cathedral was to Temperance, but that the bishop was with the Harbinger and not with them.
I specifically asked, I believe, because I was like...
That's what religion they followed, that the cathedral was for, and that was Temperance.
Oh, yeah. Yes,
but
I think
I got
you're
a funny
right.
feeling the bishop was with Fate, because we were trying to work out,
correct.
we killed the bishop for Fate before, so where's this other bishop come from?
Because it says, because I asked Falmore, and he said the bishop is of the lady.
Okay.
The lady is Temperance.
Yeah, I think you're right, Darren. I think you're right, Darren, that they kind of arrived together.
Yeah, so he's pretending to be
in that respect.
Yeah, one of his pretend. Sorry, Dave, I keep talking over you, mate. It's a delay on the line. I'm wondering whether the whereas it might not be the Bishop of Temperance, really. It could be the Bishop of anybody pretending to be Temperance.
Could be the Bishop of anyone. Yeah, it could be.
Let's log on there.
So on your...
Sorry, I just wanted to add in that, because I think that was a... Well, it's likely to be a discussion point shortly, should we say.
The other thing that was significant that was mentioned is... Excuse me. Thalmor went into some superficial detail about the dislike of spellcasters.
Yes.
As in magic, mages, wizards, sorcerers,
Arcane.
not the god-given divine casters.
And anybody who mucks around with those stones.
Yeah, he doesn't like Janai stones, yes.
Yeah.
It's good job that none of us have got any Jedi stones on us, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's not going to bite us in the arse or anything.
I've got a nice rainbow collection actually going. We'll see where we end up, shall we?
Where exactly did you put the nuclear weapons? Put them all in the same bag?
They're not all in the same bag. Well, they sort of are and aren't.
We put all the nukes in a number of bags and strapped them to a guy who's frequently shot at.
What could possibly go wrong?
The only thing that'd be worse is strapping them all to Gartok's chest.
It'll look
That won't go wrong.
fantastic, though.
That won't go wrong at all.
Humorous. So are we in the city itself?
You are
now?
approaching the city. You're approaching the city. I haven't got to that point. I just wanted to give you a couple of minutes if there's anything you wanted to discuss amongst yourselves before you went into the city yourselves, or you're happy to go straight in.
No, and just the other thing as well, I guess, Jamie, for your part, Harbinger's armour has been changed by the scening as well.
Yeah,
So
I did.
less spiky, more Darius and holy looking, and
You wanted it all shiny, looking like the old Harbingers in style. I reviewed the tapes before we started. It's a very handy tool.
indeed.
Where or can we see the cave where this worm creature is supposed to take out? Is that beneath the city, or was it nearby?
Near the city.
Near the city.
As we're approaching, can we see anything like it, or any?
You make a perception check.
Sure. Go on, me.
Sorry, Jamie, with this map that you've shown us, which direction is the city?
The city's in the top
Oh,
left.
I see it, top left. Sorry, I see it. Thank you.
I've concealed it with the massive letters "City."
I had turn order under it. Sorry, over it, so I couldn't see.
No, mine was exactly the same. I hadn't got it. Yeah.
That's a 16 perception to try and work out where this cave might be.
So the ridge of cliffs to the northern edge of this map spans east to west from the edge of the city all the way to the east. The sky beyond it appears dark in colour, as if the light is going from whatever source gives daylight to this. And along this ridge of cliffs you can see a number of openings in the rock face. It looks like there's a number of caves here.
Is that there, basically?
Yes, along that run. And obviously, I put one there, but it's representative because that's the size. That actual little hole there is nearly the size of a church, which is a little bit big for a cave entrance on scale.
A cave.
That's the icons they got. So that represents there's a number of cave entrances along that ridge. I'll just pop onto that for a second on the main screen, just so I can illustrate it for anybody who watches the video later. Okay. So you travel along with this group. Thalmor goes back over to Svarnir and talks in low tones to him. The bulk of the group seems quite quiet, and the small group move around the what cover they can, which is either growths of rough-looking foliage or around hills to try and not attract the attention of whatever creatures fly over that cathedral.
I'll speak with Harbinger and probably Corym Are they going back to that cathedral?
That will be the plan, yes. And I shall be certain to follow them. I wish to have words with this Harbinger of Fate. This is
Sorry, can I ask? Is this like close conversation between you three?
I'm kind of going up and speaking quietly. So
Okay.
We say that to make sure we're not in earshot, mainly of the. I'm not worried about the party being in earshot, but I'm obviously moving them away from the Anglanders that are with us, just to kind of have a conversation. But it's not a it's not a. It's just a quieter conversation.
I get you.
yes, I'll be interested to speak with this Harbinger of Fate that would appear to reside here. Find out if she is a true believer.
Don't forget, they're likely to be friendly to the residents here, though. So I think an overt attack may not be taken so well.
If she makes it.
It would be very unfortunate if she was to fall in battle.
I feel like, that city was at the point of fall. But the cathedral, sorry, that's Hamlet area.
Oh, that's vicious.
I wonder if we should ask about the enemy a little more. I know that this place is obviously riddled with demons and devils, which they face, but there was a particular sect of individuals that were attacking, I could see. With white-faced tieflings.
Good to ask them if there's any, if they're at war with anybody, or the town, or the local surroundings. But maybe we need to secure somewhere to stay in the city.
I think that would be it.
I just thought maybe as warriors you could ask them what their intentions are and if they're staying overnight before they venture back to the cathedral, or whether they're heading out straight away.
Would you want us to ask? I'll go ask.
I guess Farnia is the leader, it appears. This may come better from a warrior type, and they're obviously not too keen on people like myself, so...
I'll seek out... Is it Falmore? Is that a thing?
Falmore is the follower of Darius, and Svarnia is the leader.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go to Svarnia then.
Okay, so Svani is leading the front of the group, but he looks over at you from horseback as you move up to him.
We were wondering if we could inquire towards your plans. You said that you were going to make for the city and then get reinforcements.
Indeed. The sooner we can move back on that cathedral and retake it, the better. We can't allow these fiends to take any more land from us.
When will you move out with reinforcements?
We'll come in and report, and of course we will be at the mercy of the king's discretion, but he's a fighter. I'm sure he'll send us back out straight away. He wouldn't see any of his people dead. I'm sorry, I don't think I asked your name.
Susan.
Susan.
Yeah. I hate the name Susan. Yeah.
Apologies to any Susans out there.
Feel bad.
That's my mother's name.
Well,
It's Dad's mother's name as well.
Susan, don't worry. You look like you can take care of yourself, but Anglan would not allow harm to come to you if we had the power to do so. You'll be protected within the city, I'm sure.
You look like honourable folk, and I'm sure that your word is true.
We are as honourable as this land will allow us to be.
Yes. And I'll look round at their surroundings. I'm gonna just. I'll sort of fall back and then I'll go back up to him and say, I said my name was Susan, but I normally go by a different title. I normally go by the Harbinger of the People.
He pulls back on the reins and stops his horse. The Harbinger of the People.
Yes.
Well, of course, when we get to the city, there will be time to answer these questions to appropriate authorities and state your case to them and who you are to be wandering in these lands which are strange to you, clearly.
He, does he look like he recognises that name then?
He did.
I was going to say I'm paying close attention. I was going to incite him to understand if his reaction is a favourable one or an unfavourable one.
It wasn't. His reaction wasn't subtle at all. He stopped his horse to regard her and repeated it. It was pretty obvious.
Maybe while staying at the city, I'll mutter under my breath.
We should make haste. I don't want to be exposed like this with injured.
I agree.
He flicks his reins and gets his horse moving again.
I'll allow the rest of the convoy to pass, and then I can join up with my allies again. He knows who I am, at least.
Well, if
Well, it's your exploits are known far and wide. And it is not the first time we have visited this land.
I feel that it wasn't in a positive light.
and it wasn't with that name, though, was it? That's a recent title you've taken.
I took that title after the other Harbinger fell.
Yes, it is true. There's no reason why he would recognise the second part of your title, certainly.
Unless he's been told. And it might coincide with the people residing in that fortified cathedral.
Yes. Well, I've no doubt we will find out soon enough.
You may need to make a quick exit from this city.
The gates to the city grow closer still.
I'll ride up to the front. No, I won't. I'll walk quickly up to
Who are you riding?
No, but I can't move half again as fast as anyone else, except Gartok. So I shall walk
Okay.
quickly. And walk. Is Falmore riding?
Falmore is riding as well, yes.
I see you've been speaking to the Harbinger. It's, do you know her? You seemed a little taken aback when she announced what her title was.
It was Svarnir that she announced he was Harbinger to, not Falmore.
Ah, sorry. Svarnir. I'll approach Svarnir then.
It's Svarnir, okay. He looks down at you. Harbinger is a familiar name.
It would seem you have another Harbinger here as well. What's a Harbinger of Fate, is that correct?
That's correct.
It is you understand it is an honorary title. This is merely bestowed on people who govern or patrol a certain area. I believe there are many of them around. I myself have only known 2, although the one that you mentioned would be a 3rd.
He pauses. You see his jaw moving as if he's chewing something.
I'll pay very close attention to what he's doing.
Aye. Well, I am just a soldier. It is not for the soldier to make decisions about how the wider world works, much less question the ways of the church.
Ah. Come now, why don't you tell me, is there certain areas of the church that you don't follow? I mean, you yourself, are you a follower of Temperance? Or Darius, like your friend here, over here?
He looks over at Falmor. The gods will serve their purpose. Under the lady, of course. She being the true creator.
Yes, there is no doubting that.
I think if you find one thing about our people, it is the insistence of the lady in letting us forge our own path without interference.
Oh.
And we consider ourselves lucky that the church is there to offer us guidance. Because, as I said, I am a soldier. I would not know how to interpret the things that priests do.
Well, we are not a fanciful bunch, us priests, as you call us. We merely try and interpret our God's will the best we can. Sometimes we don't even agree with each other as to how it should be interpreted. So yes, there's much wisdom in what you say, and that as a soldier, as you describe yourself, that you cannot understand the ways of the divine beings in the world, for I do not understand them myself many times.
True enough. It's at this point in your conversation when you hear the pounding of the earth behind you. This was how we ended the last session, if you recall. Your group was moving towards the city and you heard a pounding of earth behind you. Svanir looks back over his shoulder and you see his eyes go wide.
Can we, if we're at the back, which about the bazaar, can we turn?
Yeah.
Look.
So you look back and you see 3 large 8-legged creatures making haste on the party. Each of them is heavily furred, with longer necks and a longer tail coming down the back, but you can see immense muscle bulging over the shoulders. There are no riders, nothing like that. These creatures are making haste towards your group. The first one opening its mouth wide, revealing 2 rows of teeth, one inside the other, letting out a cry as it pounds towards you.
I will.
Good
shout
God,
out.
man! Tell me those things are friendly.
Move! And he whips the reins of his horse to move it up. Okay.
I'm going to look. I was going to shout out move as well, but he did it for me. I will look at Dramos and Rastvyn and say, run with the rest.
Okay.
Oh.
So, Svarnir girds his horse on to make to the city, as does the rider of the wagon. Thalmor brings his horse round behind the wagon to face these creatures. What does everybody else want to do?
How big did you say they were?
Well, I would describe them as each being a large creature.
Okay. Can I just clarify, Harbinger, who you asked to run with the others?
Rastvyn and Dramos.
Ah, that's a shame.
Corym, you want to go? Right, Enzo, you wait here. We'll see you later. And we'll go.
Sure, I will stay here. Why?
Take him instead. No. I will be still moving with the rest, but starting to fall behind. So there'll be like a rear guard.
So
Can we
wait.
not hold them off?
Wait. So we're the only ones on foot. Everyone else, all the injured are in the wagon. So why don't we just keep running?
Well, the ones in the wagon shouldn't be too injured because I believe I've healed all of them. Or at
You
least
gave
they've
them some
had
healing back, yeah.
healing potions. Yeah. Okay. So they should be at least conscious.
They are.
Can we not hold them off? Give the party a chance?
Yes.
That's what
That's
I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to lay on hands as well if I need it.
All right. Well, I'm going to ask the party to roll themselves initiative then, please.
I will not hide my capabilities.
As long as you just hide your skin. As awful as that sounds.
I don't think it's going to go well.
Awesome.
No, my rolls are not going through to D&D Beyond.
I want to go with through, but there's no. Oh God.
Okie dokie. Rastvyn's on 19, that's good. Gartok always up with the 20s.
Not
And
for a
Enzo.
while. Not for a while.
Enzo will have a head start on the run.
I got a dirty 20 for my initiative.
I got a 19.
Hasn't Gartok got like plus 11 on his initiative?
Plus 4.
Plus 4.
And
wasn't it?
advantage.
And advantage. And I've still rolled terribly recently.
I'll put what came through on my first roll, but for some reason it's not coming up on roll 20.
It's not coming up on roll 20.
Yeah.
You might need to restart your D&D Beyond. It does that sometimes.
Sign out. Sign in. Sign in with Google. Really do need a better picture for him in D&D Beyond.
Excuse me.
I managed to get your names to show up. It's better, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
Well, I came through.
Yeah, that came through. Yeah.
All right. What did Talos get?
19.
19. Has everybody done then?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Gartok moves round as these things move up. You've got about a round until they get up level with your Gartok. I'm not putting a battle map on for this one. I'm just going to describe it.
All right. I would slow because I move quite fast. I'll slow my pace to run alongside with Harbinger. I believe she was towards the back of the group. Last she said, as the rear guard. And I guess I will hold an action to rage if the creatures get upon us and start attacking, basically.
Okay.
But my intention at the moment is just to run alongside Harbinger as we move forward.
Okay, that's fine. Enzo.
Where are we on the map per se? How close are we to the city?
You are
Would you say roughly?
very close to the city at this stage, so you are about here.
Oh, bloody hell. In that case, I'm just going to full-on sprint to the city.
Okay, so you run towards the city. That is fine.
Yep.
Talos.
I'm going to move with the group, but as far as I can possibly do, which is 30 feet, I'm going to do a minor illusion, and I'm going to do a sound illusion of the biggest kind of monster roar I can possibly ever do, and it'll be by the things.
Okay. Can you make a deception roll for me, please?
Oh, maybe I'll do that. What have I got to do? An inception.
Deception.
That's a movie.
Yes. You're going to need to go to sleep, and then in that dream, I need you to go to sleep again.
Hang on then. Hang on.
I'm bracing myself.
Not good.
Okay.
Bad.
So there is a sound that erupts in the middle of these creatures, but it is more like an elephant's trumpeting. The creatures look to the side, but it does not slow their charge.
That's all I can do.
That's it. That's you done. Rastvyn.
How far is Gartok from me?
Right, I'm going to assume quite close to you. 10 feet away.
I'm going to move up to Gartok.
Okay.
Say, may the blessings of Peridot be upon you, and I'm casting protection from evil and good on you.
Okay.
Love it.
Okay. So you move up, touch him, and you're staying with
And then
that.
I'll be, yeah, so then I'm going to be trying to move away from the kind of... So if he's about 10 foot away, move up to him, cast it, then move 20 foot away from the approaching creatures.
All right. Corym.
I'm going to unlimber my crossbow. If there's anyone else from the other party, the cart and stuff, I'll shout, "Get to the city! We'll hold them back."
All right. Harbinger.
If the group are still moving faster than we could on a double move, then I will... Actually, does it look like the creatures will reach us in the next 6 seconds?
They will reach you this round.
Alright then. I will move back 30 feet and then I will hold my action to take a melee attack if one of them comes into range.
All right. And Dramos. I reveal my true demonic form.
I don't think he can until I choose to drop the seeming, I think. It sticks there. It's not even concentration, thankfully.
I'm going to have to try it, aren't I? I'm going to kind of move away from the main party, just kind of like to the side, and kind of like put some, if there's like a small hill or a mound or grass or something, which I can kind of like hide behind and be a bit stealthy sort of thing.
Okay.
Then I'm going to twin cast Polymorph at 2 of the big creatures.
Okay.
Are they within 60 foot?
They are within 60 foot of the main part of the group, yes.
Okie dokie. That's what I'm going to do then.
Okay. So, to cast this spell, it has verbal and somatic, or is it?
It's verbal, somatic, and material.
Okie dokie.
It's all 3.
The full shebang.
Which is why I want something between us, so I can be stealthy as I cast it, because I didn't take subtle cast.
Okay. Well, I'm giving Thalmor a perception check on you. I've just rolled the dice on it.
Yep. Do you want a stealth check?
Yes, please. If you see if you can beat Thalmor's.
Probably not.
Ooh!
Oh, he's rolling well.
1.
Yeah.
In all fairness to him, he's a little preoccupied.
He is.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
He's a priest of Darius. They don't know his shit.
Okay. So it's a wisdom.
He's a
check.
warrior of Darius, not a priest. Priest of the eyes of a hawk. It's the warrior's blind as a bat.
Yeah.
Wisdom DC 16 save from the 2 creatures.
Okay. That is an 11 and a 12.
Ooh. I'm going to turn them into. I didn't even think that'd work. I'm going to turn them into goats.
2 goats. All right. Okay. So you cast your spell. The rest of the party, Thalmor pauses in his tracks. What the?
Keep fighting. My magic can only hold them in that form for so long.
Okay, end of the round. From the city walls, a large ballista arrow that is on fire comes sailing over towards the creatures. Goes wide and hits the earth behind them. There's a huge explosion of soil and fire which spreads out over a wide area, but it went wide of these creatures and did not get them. Okay, so top of the round is Gartok. They will reach you this round. There's still the 2 that are going are still moving towards you. The goats have stopped and looking at the ground for something to eat.
And do they go before us or after us?
They are going to go after Talos. Oh, sorry, after Rastvyn.
Harbingers either stopped or slowed down again, I think. So I'll join next to her, and pull my mace from my back, and again hold my action to rage when these creatures enter melee with us.
Okay.
Because they're going to reach us, so that's...
So holding to rage, that's fine. Enzo, still running towards the city?
Hell yeah.
Okay, as you're running towards the huge gates, so you can see the walls that were once white but are now thickly covered in dirt and grime. There's a sound as the gates start opening inwards. You can see these gates are black and fill the full canopy of this 40-foot high recess they've got. You're moving slightly slower than the cart is moving, and you can see the people who've got up and they've grabbed onto the side. One of them's turned around and is extending a hand towards you as if to try and pull you on board.
Ooh, in that case, I'll take it.
Make a dex check for me.
All right.
Or an acrobatics check if you like.
23 in that 20.
You grab hold of this person's hand and they pull you up onto the back of the cart.
Well, thank you.
And then by the end of this round, you'll pass under the main gate itself and into the city streets. So, assuming there's nothing else from Enzo, Talos it is.
I'm not within 30 feet of any of them, am I?
No, you're not now, no.
Am I in 60 feet?
You are, by the time you get under the gate, you're probably 80 feet away.
All right, then. I can't do anything. I'm done.
Okay. Talos.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of carry on with the party, but like lingering in the middle. And I'm gonna try another minor illusion.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm just gonna do another big roar.
All right.
Scare them.
Does this spell have verbal and semantic components to it?
Just as one action.
It'll be
Oh,
that.
check it out. Minor illusion. It's probably got somatic.
That.
For me, you asked that question, it just looked like Chris just looked at the camera like...
Somatic and material. So you weave your hands.
You're waggling your hands around.
I'm like,
crushing a bit of dust.
Okay.
like I'm playing darts. I'm gonna be like,
Okie dokie. Can you make a stealth roll for me, please, while you cast this spell?
shizzle.
All right. You extend your hand towards it. What is the illusion you're casting?
It's just gonna be like a big kind of roar, like there's a monster coming.
Another one. Okay. Then I'm going to ask for another deception check.
One.
All
The
right.
goats might be startled.
The goats indeed look up and run the opposite direction, but the two big creatures still pound hard at the earth towards the group, unfazed by your sound.
So pretty much, I've just gone.
Yeah, you made a two-tone sliding fart sound.
Oh yeah. That's it.
Rastvyn.
That's all I can do.
I am going to be rushing out after Enzo.
Okay. Is that everything for you?
Yeah, I think I'm just trying to move away. I'm keeping an eye on what's happening behind, but main thing is to make away to the city.
Okay, so these two remaining ones, they come up level with the party. Gartok, presumably your rage kicks, and
Yeah, they're there.
and Harbinger, they are within melee range, so you can take an attack if you wish.
I will be doing that. Come on! That's an unnatural 20,
That is a hit.
which is 14 slashing damage and 5 radiant damage.
Okay.
19 damage in total.
So you cut deep into the leg of one of these creatures. The thing towers high over you, and as the Reaper tears through the fur and leg, taking big chunks of fur off, which are wrapping around the blade as you pull it loose, and blood gouts down and runs down the leg. That it? Yep.
Ready.
Okay, so up level with the party. I think we've got Corym, Gartok, and Harbinger. But the Corym's drawn a crossbow, aren't you? You're a little bit further back.
I was quite well behind the
Yeah.
others.
So then
I
it's
was
going
actually talking to
Faramir. Faramir.
no, the other one.
Farmore?
Farnia.
Yeah.
Farnia.
Farnia.
Okay.
I was talking to him, and I presumed he was at the front.
He was at the front, so that's fair enough. You're a little bit behind. They're going to take 2 attacks on Gartok then. 2 attacks on...
If they are fiends, I suspect they may be, they're disadvantaged against Gartok. Well, if they're aberrations, celestials, elementals, fays, fiends, or undead, it's disadvantage.
And I'm wearing my armor.
I'm aware, yes. So, they are going to take 2 attacks on Gartok, 2 attacks on Harbinger. So the first 2 on Gartok. All right, so that is a 12 to hit Gartok with the first bite. Bites near you. And then the second one, it's a 17.
Exactly what you needed.
Okay, so the whole mouth slams down hard on your shoulder, doing 21 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then on Harbinger, natural 20. That's a bad roll on my part.
Like a bad good roll or a bad
Yeah,
roll?
that's what I was thinking.
26 points of piercing damage. Could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, 21 on Gartok and 26 on a crit.
It bites down on you a second time, but it's going to miss.
Ooh.
With a natural 1. Okay, that is them done. So they bite down on Gartok and Harbinger, rearing their heads back as if to strike again. It's Corym's go.
What I'll do is I'll actually drop my crossbow down by my side, and the one that Harbinger hit, I shall cast a spell at, and I shall toll the dead.
All right.
Which is a Wisdom 15 save.
Yeah, okay. 11. So 11 is what I got on my save there.
Okay. So it can take 23 points of damage.
All right. Okay. So the creature rears back from that, coming up onto just its rear 4 legs. Anything else from you, or are you done?
No, I'm done.
Okay, Harbinger.
I'm going to take 2 attacks on it. 1. Ooh, what was that? Another unnatural 20.
Okay, yep, that's it.
So that's 15 slashing damage, 5 radiant damage.
All right.
They're not plants, are they?
They are not plants. Okay, yeah. You cut into it again.
That's going to be my new catchphrase, I think. They're not plants, are they? The second attack, I'm probably going to miss with a 14.
That is a miss.
Yeah.
You hit on it, but you just can't get through the thick hide of it. And to end the round, it's Dramos.
I'm just looking at my spells to see what I can actually cast. Oh man. None of them are good. going to cast Mind Sliver at the one which Harbinger's slashing down on.
Okay.
I'll need a intelligence saving throw.
That is a 13.
It'll take 10 psychic damage. I'm assuming you'll want a stealth roll because that's a verbal spell.
Yep.
Nope, that didn't come. Did that come through?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, just.
There you go, 17.
Falmore pays you no heed.
So, on its next saving throw until the end of my turn, take a d4 off the roll.
Okay. Well, as you cast the spell, its head flips back and you see its eyes glaze over. It falls back into the earth from this final mind spike, having already been hacked quite aggressively by Harbinger. So it is down. Anything else, Dramos?
I will stay where I am.
All right. So Thalmor will run over and try and attack the one that is fighting Gartok. That is a miss. That one's a hit. So he runs over with his sword and he slashes at the leg of this thing. Okay. Another ballista bolt comes from the city walls. That one's going to hit this time. The bolt slams straight into the centre mass of this creature. Fire bursts on all sides of it, and the thing falls back to the earth.
Oh wow!
Having taken.
Let's hope that doesn't happen to us later on.
Jesus.
Warning to us.
Okay, so it falls back into the earth. The goats, some distance away, look up.
Oh god.
So I'll take us out of initiative for the moment. Thalmor there looks to Gartok and Harbinger. I'm uneasy about those goats. I don't know what kind of magic they could be using or how they could benefit from turning themselves into goats. Maybe they hope to sleep into the city.
I'll just start pushing
They will need-
both Harbinger and Falmor back towards the city, and then purely in Giant, just saying run.
Maybe we should move.
So just like I'm just saying run in Giant, but I'm just like just pushing you both to back towards the city.
What? I don't understand. What is he saying?
I think he wants us to go.
Thalmor looks over at the goats. And then over towards Corym.
Go now, and keep that ballista firing at them. They will not stay. They will not stay as goats for long.
Thalmor nods and runs towards the city.
This is almost Monty Python-esque, this is. With goats.
Only if a cow comes over the wall.
I'll look round back towards where Dramos is.
I'll come back out of the hidey hole I found.
Back to the city, quick,
All of us.
and then start moving back towards the city.
Okay. And then we'll pound after Falmor.
Before we get to the city, I'm assuming Rastvyn would have gone through the gates.
I am. If I can get through the gates, yes, I'm following under the gates.
as I'm kind of looking over, I'll send a message to Rastvyn. Anti-magic?
I will. Well, I'll pass in through the gates, and I'll see if I feel any change in some of my magic items on me.
You move through the gates, these large gates. It opens into a open area with buildings all around the edge of this courtyard. It looks like over time buildings have been piled in, building upon building. It's clearly overcrowded in here, and it surrounds this area. It looks like there's one main road off which leads deeper into the city, which is wide enough for the traffic of carts and such, whereas every other path is a narrow walkway. Possibly at one point it was wider, but other buildings have been crammed into every possible part of the roads to try and get more within the confines of the city walls. You feel no change to your items as you pass under the gate, but you do note the number of soldiers that are in this courtyard. It would appear that there are around 100 soldiers, all armed in plate, all sporting the red and black tunics that you've seen on, or coat of arms that you've seen on others. Up high on the wall you can see the mount where the ballista is. There's two of these ballistas, and one of them is being loaded with another bolt.
Do they, the warriors there, these 100-odd plated soldiers, are they looking intent on just sort of protecting the area, or are they paying particular attention to us coming in, or looking to herd us? Or... They
have attention on you. Swords are all drawn. They are paying attention to everybody who comes through the gate.
Okay, that's fine. I will, assuming that's all happened when I get the message of anti-magic as I go through, I'm going to sort of just raise my hand to my face and do this, and then whisper back, all appears fine.
I'll continue towards the gate.
Okay. So, Enzo, of course, you've come into a similar situation. You've come in on the cart with everyone else. Actually, slightly less attention has been paid to you than it has Rastvyn when Rastvyn came in. And the cart you're on has moved past that group of soldiers.
Oh, good. I'm in the city now.
Split in the party.
I'm assuming it's going to eventually... keeps going.
It does stop. It stops once it's the other side of the soldiers. Yeah.
In that case, I'm gonna assist people getting off the cart. Look like I'm helping.
Okay.
You know.
All right. So you help with some of the injured off, and a couple of them clap you on the back. You okay? You okay?
Do not worry. I'm fine.
You look slightly panicked as you ran.
What? It was very scary out there.
I've not seen those beasts before.
No, me neither.
Okay.
Which is why I was running so.
So the rest of the party gets up to the gate. Thalmor passes through without another word.
I'll follow.
Okay. Harbinger goes through. Gartok goes through as well.
Does Harbinger's armor change at all?
No.
Okay. I'll be hanging back for the fellow human who's making his way to the gates. And
So all that's left now is instant death to demons at the city wall. That could be... We've got the magic, just whether he just immediately incinerates.
So Talos is as well, yes?
Yeah.
Are you still stood out in the wilderness, or are you coming in as well?
I think Talos is going.
I'm pretty sure he's coming.
Yeah, I thought he would be coming, yeah. And Corym.
Yes, I'll have picked up my crossbow and made my way back, making sure I was the last person in.
Okay. So, Dramos, Corym waits for you to enter the city.
I will Seeing Harbinger's armor not turn back into its spiky form, I'll take a deep breath and step forwards through the gate.
As the remainder of the party comes up to the gates, you can see them moving around these soldiers. There are a couple of robed figures. They wear long grey robes, hooded, but the broadness of the way the robes sit on their shoulders would suggest that they're armoured underneath. And they move to the front of the group of soldiers to regard the people coming through the gates. Dramos, you get up to the threshold, pass under the gate without incident, and join the rest of the party.
I think I will be trying to get our group of people to stick with Valmore as much as possible. You know, not lose sight of him if possible.
Okay. Well, Thalmor hangs by the gates now.
Okay.
Come on! He's shouting out where Corym is still outside.
Keep firing at those goats. And I'll hurry inside.
Okay. As Corym makes his way through, the gates slowly shut. You can see they're actually driven by some large mechanism that's driven by a couple of guys who are pushing a wheel round to push the gate shut. And as it shuts, a large bar drops over the gate.
Oh, terrifying.
I will drop Polymorph at that point.
Okay. You drop Polymorph. You hear a shout from the walls as another ballista shot goes off. Although you do not see what happens with it. Is everybody okay? Thalmor says.
He is unarmed, thank you. What were those
Perfectly
creatures?
fine.
Faith of Darius, eh?
Indeed.
Praise Darius.
Yes, faithful of Darius. As to what they were, I do not know. I have never seen one. I don't know if they were just beasts or with whoever was attacking the cathedral.
They are, well, you have some very strange things in this place. All I can say.
The two robed figures approach the group.
Oh God.
So the whole group is together except for Enzo, who is on the other side of the soldiers, blending in. You can see as the robed figures approach you, they are actually both female. Welcome to the city of Anglan.
Greetings. Can we see any form of identification as which god they serve, or if not, then I shall just presume temperate.
Man, I thought you were coming completely ballsy there. Yeah, thank you. Can I see some identification, please?
Like an amulet, or that might be, maybe,
You're going to need to see a driver's license and a passport.
Not from around you. Yeah.
You see no symbols of any kind upon their clothing.
Greetings. It is safe in here, I would presume.
No, it is safe nowhere here.
Safer than out there, though, yes?
The second woman speaks up. It is safer here. You know what we are about to ask, I am sure. I would plead with you that honesty is your best route forward. Deception, when entering the city, is never viewed kindly by the king. Who are you?
My name is Corym. I am the High Priest of Daris, from where I come from.
And where is it you come from, Corym, High Priest of Daris?
Well, most recently I reside in a city called Misthas. Although I have recently moved into my new abode, the Tower of Daris.
A city called Misthas.
Yes, it is not of this land, obviously. It is from a place far, far away.
This woman looks across the rest of the party. The first woman's gaze has stopped firmly on Gartok. But the second woman continues to do the talking. And none of you are from this land?
No.
No.
How did you come to be here?
We came here searching.
Searching?
Yes. We are searching for a great worm, which we are told resides here.
I see. The rest of you, introduce yourself, please. And be truthful.
I'll gesture towards Talos. Like,
Okay, hello. My name's Talos. I am of no one of special birth. I am just an ordinary man that is caught up in a much greater story.
Caught up in a greater story?
Well, I know of some of these people, and I came along to find out what was going on, and now I'm here.
He is lucky to be here. He has almost died several times. But he has persevered.
Svarnir walks up next to the two women as well, but doesn't say anything. Who is next? Corym and Talos, the humble man.
I might as well get it out of the way. I am the Harbinger of the people. I too come from Misthas.
You are the Harbinger of the people.
I am. Does that concern you? Ask as a question, not does that concern you?
She moves her arm back and clicks her fingers, and as she does, you can see the group of soldiers move to encircle your party. Well, questions will have to be asked about your role, Harbinger. But not by me. The rest of you.
They're rolling what exactly?
And who are you?
I'm Dramos.
Tell me more, Dramos.
Former slave. Now freed by killing my master.
And what are you doing here, Dramos?
As
With a
Corym has
Harbinger.
said. As Corym has said, we are searching.
You are not just caught up as humble Talos is?
I came here with Corym, Harbinger. and the others. I'm not caught up in anything apart from what fate decides to bring.
Why do you disguise yourself, Dramos?
My form would not go down well.
I'm going to step close to Dramos.
Your land is full of demons, tieflings, other hideous creatures. They are not all innately evil, but from previous meetings with some of those who have come from here, who have made their way back to where we come from, they do not act kindly to them.
I do not know you, Dramos, but your presence here is abhorrent. Your kind are reviled by us.
If you have the ability to ensure someone is telling the truth, I suggest that you use it on my friend here, because I can ensure that he is an honest individual.
Oh, shit.
She turns to the first woman who's still regarding Gartok. Mora, what say you? I say, Fildar, that it is not for us to decide.
Ooh.
The first woman now does the speaking. There are more introductions to be done, but you will be taken to the White Lady. She speaks for the king. You should be honored. Very few who just walk through the gate get to go so high. The White Lady is a beacon of purity. If this Dramos... She does not take her eyes off Gartok. If this Dramos is honourable, then it will be up to her to decide that and his fate. I will warn you, however, honourable intentions do not stop you being a tool for greater forces.
We're glad you carried on.
You, the second woman continues, looking at Rastvyn. Who are you?
My name is Lord Baldor.
Lorne Baldor.
Lord Baldor.
Lord
Honorary title.
Baldor. And you are just swept up in this, or are you seeking this worm?
I have an interest in finding it. I follow Peridot and his teachings and all
Noble.
new learnings are of use.
Noble to follow such a peaceful god. You must find yourself far from his words in this land.
It strikes me as a strange land. I'm interested in how you are surrounded by this. It seems strange to have this city sitting in what looks like a hell or a evil place. Yet you seem to, at least outwardly, not appear evil, welcoming in battle against this.
And are you friends with this Harbinger and Dramos?
Indeed I am. I found them both to be noble and true to their word. That's what friendship should be built on, is it not?
Svarnir pipes up. They did help us on the road, and they fought those creatures. Although there is one missing, there was another one. I don't know where he is. There is another one.
I will look around.
Who's missing?
Don't know if I'll just wait.
Alright.
I was thinking of staying hidden.
I will
If we
indicate
see-
to where Enzo is waving.
I mean,
He
this guy's
appears to-
big
he
hat.
appears to be carrying on helping the injured.
I'll get him. I'll get him. And Svarnir moves away over to Enzo. You there. I need you to come with me.
Sure, of course.
And he leads you through the group of soldiers that have surrounded the rest of your friends.
Excuse me, pardon me. Coming through.
Here he is. So the second woman, Fildar, she looks over at you. Her eyebrows raise as she takes in your appearance. What are you?
Well, that is a complicated question. What are any of us? But myself, my name is Enzo.
Elaborate.
With these lovely people in search of the world.
These are your friends.
Acquaintances. I don't think we've reached the friend level yet. I'm still quite new to all of this, but we're getting there. We're getting there with a little time.
He's under our protection.
No, that.
He's threatened.
Unless, of course, you're against them, then I'm under your protection.
We're going to have you taken to talk to somebody who can make decisions about people like you.
People like us.
People like you. First woman, still looking straight at Gartok.
What is your friend seems particularly enamoured with our friend over there. Does she not have a tongue of her own?
I have a tongue and I have spoken.
So tell us, who are you, and what is your roles here?
We are representatives of the city. I am Mora, that is Fildar. We provide the voice of God to the people.
Oh, quite a lofty title.
Moral guidance for those who cannot be connected to the lady herself. It is also our duty to root out perversion.
What is classed as perversion under your lady?
Abhorrent, immoral misuse of the arcane powers granted by the Janai. Powers such as that, used irresponsibly, can have terrible consequences.
We agree. We have seen some misuse of these Janai stones as we know them on our own homeland. It has had the power to wrench apart buildings, sunder whole cities, raise an army of the undead against us. We have long been battling against people who would see the misuse of these stones to power
It is not
wrongs, shall we say.
just the stones. They are the source of all magic not granted by the gods. And as such, that magic must be contained and used only sparingly, responsibly. Indeed, and she winces as she talks to you, grasping at her stomach and bending over slightly. Indeed, the misuse of such power has led to calamity before. But it is also our responsibility, her eyes flicking for a moment to Dramos, to root out those that would bring evil within our walls.
There is no evil here.
That is not for you to decide. If we were to simply take the word of everyone who said they are not evil,
it would be almost as a travesty as assuming that everybody who had a certain look was evil, would you say? Judgment rubs both ways.
you will find within this city, judgment goes one way.
I have every faith it will go the right way.
Faith will be your friend. Now, I'm going to suggest your weapons remain scabbarded. We will not do you the dishonour of asking you to remove them. Can you follow this request?
Absolutely, I can do that, no problem.
Yes, I have no intention of drawing a weapon.
And I'm sure everyone else here will do that.
I see a lot of mouths not moving.
Yeah. As long as we are given cause not to use them.
He's a warrior of Dar, priest of Darius. That's about as good as you'll get from his kind.
Come with me. The two women turn, make their way down the main street.
Jimmy, when that was going on, do I get any sense of them using magic, especially when they started clutching their stomachs?
No.
Do I get any sense of a magic use from as they're talking to us?
You didn't, no.
I am, you know the pouch I've got the Janai stone in?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to transfer it into my bag of holding.
Could you make a sleight of hand check, please?
Insta black hole.
God.
Oh, it could be better.
It could be better. Oh my god.
It's a 9.
Dude, I hope you really like angling, because you ain't going anywhere for a long time.
All right. Okay. You move it and drop it in the pouch, pulling it. Okay.
It's almost just a thing. It's not kind of trying to make sure no one's looking. It's almost just a natural walking along, picking a pouch up and dropping it into the sack.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Nonchalantly, but not like a.
No, but of course, I need you to really trigger something for that to give them, who are keeping an eye on you. You know, did they do anything on the way here? Well, that guy did move some of his pouches around, and so it's really a case of whether they've observed anything fairly.
Yeah.
All right. So they move you through the main part of the city. As you go deeper in, you notice that there are a number of towers that have been built up within the walls that are higher than the walls themselves, and there are guards up in there which look out. As you move deeper and deeper into the city, you see the buildings, which are all wooden and wattle daub and thatched roofs, give way to tiled roofs with stone walls, with much older looking buildings. Here and there you can see there are buildings which have been knocked down or destroyed, or fires have erupted and then buildings have been placed on top of them. You get travel for what seems like quite a while, and then you turn off this road onto quite a wide road, which is it's not cobblestones, it's like a tiled main road which leads up to what looks like a very large building. This road opens out to a huge area. It reminds you in some ways of the Misthouse marketplace, but no market as such, just a wide open area with buildings all around the perimeter. And unlike Misthouse, which has the halls, which is the main stone building, and most of the rest of the buildings are wooden, around this area all of the buildings are stone. In a similar vein to the outside, the stone is a bright white with signs of age and decay creeping up on them. The top parts of the building in many places are white, but there are little flecks of green which have run down from the tops of pillars and columns, where rain has affected it and the elements have started to get in. And from the ground level, dirt has started to come up. So you have this sort of pale white centre section for the building with dirt rising up the edges and then the elements coming in from the top. This area was obviously, at one time, there was a lot of money here, a lot of money, power and wealth. But time has taken its toll. As much as the elements are attacking the buildings and cracks here and there, there's an immediate impression of grandeur, but also decay. As you're taken across this large open courtyard area, you can see that the flooring has changed to make this centre aisle have, although the tiled floor has a red hue to it, as if you're walking up some vast, elaborate red carpet, with the outer sides of this in brown cobbles. This leads up to what looks like a castle within the walls. It stands high, and off to the right-hand side is what looks like to be an elaborate church, stained glass windows and the like. You're taken through the castle gates and across another courtyard which has horses and such there. The horses look tired. They look like they're well taken care of, but look like they've been pushed too hard, too frequently. And as you look around, while the guards that have escorted you in seem on edge and efficient, you can see plenty of tired, exhausted soldiers around here. It looks like there's been people out there in the wilderness fighting and are in there and here trying to recover. More than one soldier doesn't pay you any heed, doesn't pay anything any heed, just stares into the distance as you walk past. You're taken up a flight of stairs into one of the buildings, through an elaborate doorway, which again shows signs of decay, and another hallway There are red banners with black edging hanging down on either side of this hallway, obscuring the sides. You go up a flight of stairs and through another room. The lead woman talks to one of the guards, who leaves, and you are brought into this one room. There's a stained glass window on the one side, no particular picture to it, just an array of different coloured glasses, which brings in light from outside, albeit a dim light, and casts unusual colour in here. Much mirroring the outside, you can see there is a red carpet across the centre of this room, and the floor is tiled in an abstract way. There are stairs leading down and braziers burning in the corners of the room. At the far side of the room, there's some braziers and light coming from afar. The guard went through there. The woman who brought you in here, Fildar, turns back to you. It will be just a moment, if I can beg your patience. A few moments later, a woman appears in the doorway at the far side of the room. Her hair is white, not of age, just shockingly white, and she wears a gown that matches that white colour. She looks relatively young. The gown is form-fitting, and she walks confidently to the head of the room. Welcome. Welcome indeed. Visitors from afar, I understand.
Indeed, not from this land, certainly.
A man follows her in. He's armoured, half plate. His right arm has got segmented plates down, all the way down to his fist. He's gauntleted on that one arm, has a sword at his side, and carries a shield loosely in his left hand. He walks slightly behind her, says nothing. Fildar. I'm sure everything will be fine with our guest. We have I sense they wish to communicate freely. Are you sure? Oh, absolutely. We will have no problems. In fact, all I wish from you is a simple promise. We will have no violence here.
No violence.
If you offer no violence, you will have none from us.
Okay. Fildar, you can go. As you wish, lady. Hildar leaves. Goes into just the outside of the door you came in by, taking the rest of the soldiers, leaving you alone in this room with the woman in white and the armoured figure behind her.
Are there any chairs?
There are no chairs. I hope you've not been too roughly treated.
Everything has been very respectable, thank you. We have been welcomed as much as we can for people who are clearly in a stressful situation themselves. We have our thanks.
Well, I've not had time to get to know you personally, but I understand there is a fiend amongst you. Would you care to raise your hand if you're a fiend?
I'll step forward.
You have a name.
I'm going to place myself in the middle of the group, by the way.
I am Dramos.
Yeah, in the middle, it's still like at the forefront, but like in range of as many people as possible. I feel like sometimes it sounds like I'm going to hide in the middle of the group. And that's what I mean. I don't mean that.
I don't want to alarm anybody by creating a map. I'm just.
My instant first thought
I
was,
am Dramos.
Let's skip over to the map, shall we?
I'm assuming, have we been
Nice,
led
pretty stained glass window.
down? Are we been led down to hear something, or are we still up at that raised area?
You're up at the raised there on the left-hand side. I've sort of put you for the moment.
Okay.
So I would make sure I've stepped forward clear from everybody.
Okay.
I'll be towards the front, actually, just by Dramos.
Yeah, maybe if we move around and then you can move ahead of us if you want to keep going, because I wanted to.
You can move freely. Position yourself however you like, because I'm aware that Enzo was at the front of the group there, and
I'll stay at the front. Yeah, I ain't going.
okay.
Yeah, I would be making sure I am ahead of everyone, so it's clear that.
I'll be at the back.
I'm going to be probably up. I'm going to be next to Dramos at least. My intention.
I find it fascinating seeing this on Chris's screen.
There for everybody.
Right.
Be thankful that's all we can see on his screen. I mean, I can just about see what he's surfing there, but
He's got a double screener up. So, a name.
Dramos.
Dramos. That is much better. I would hate to refer to you as fiend for the remainder of the conversation. I could understand how you might consider it to be offensive.
I've been called worse, and it is what I am.
Indeed. And you will have to forget the people of this city. It is natural for them to distrust strangers. They have been greatly wronged. If you were raised from birth to believe that every cow wanted to kill you, well, you would kill every cow you saw.
It would be tempting to kill every cow that I saw, but then how else would you find that not all cows are the way they've been described if you don't greet them and talk to them?
Oh, Dramos, you do not need to convince me. I am talking about the mind of the populace. The mass wants what it wants. Now, you don't need to convince me, because if I were of a inclination to be the type of person that would require convincing, we would not be having a conversation like this. I would accept that conversations have to be had with everybody. So here is what we will do. Dramos, fiend. I would ask for your word that you will attempt to do no harm to the people of this city while you are visiting us.
I have no intention of harming anyone. You say it like there is a chance that I may not be able to control that.
There are entities out there which dwell inside others' minds, puppet them around. How am I to know what else might dwell inside your mind? All I am asking for is you to make the promise.
As long as I am in control of my own mind and my own senses, I will not harm anybody.
Good. I will accept your word, Dramos. And, as you have given your word, I will tell you that you have my protection. However, should your word be broken, the full weight of law and punishment of this city will be brought upon you. And there is very little I can do about that.
I understand.
Good. Now, can I get anybody a drink?
Ooh.
It is very dry out there, isn't it?
Oh, I wouldn't mind a drink.
We are sadly short on water, but wine is freely flowing.
Oh, I'm beginning to like this place.
It is all old wine, but the flavor is good.
I will have that. Thank you.
Sorry, my lady. Can you just answer one question of mine?
I can certainly listen to your question and decide whether I want to answer it.
How long has the city been here?
Well, the city has been here since it was built. Are you asking a more prosaic question? How long has it been like this?
How long has it been in Angland?
I will answer your question. But first, I need to... I'm assuming you're the Harbinger. He looks away.
Someone else going to step forward? I
I'll
mean,
step forward, Enzo. I am.
My inclinations are just to have you hung right now, Harbinger.
For what crime?
You represent an entity which seeks to bring nothing but evil upon these people, and I cannot have the king misled by your kind.
I represent Gareth.
Do you?
She does indeed. She is a member of the flock.
You have thrown away your allegiance to fate.
I have indeed. In fact, I have done more than just thrown away my allegiance. I've faced him on a number of occasions. I have even given my life to see his plans thwarted.
I see.
Not to mention personally slain the last Harbinger of Fate we encountered.
You personally slayed a Harbinger of Fate.
The Harbinger here did. Yes.
I took his head.
Well, in that case you are welcome. Welcome indeed. To throw away his shackles, I applaud that. Bravo! Bravo!
They talk of another Harbinger
Yes.
in the cathedral.
Yes. A worm. A worm burrowing her way into our society. Trying to get control. Trying to get close to the king. That can't be allowed. I will not let his ear fall to that. Whatever it is.
I would
The priest-
advise. I must go, Corym, my leader.
The priest that she is with, does he also follow the path of fate?
The bishop.
The bishop, yes.
The bishop is of Temperance and represents the Six. Although since the Harbinger turned up, he is trying to bring fate into the fold and have our 6 sub-gods become 7. And I feel it will not be long until he rises to wed Temperance. And I would not want that.
I'm sorry,
would
did you
not
say
want that
wed
either.
Temperance?
You see, I'm going to tell you something you may not be aware of. You are from elsewhere. I assume you're from outside of this place. From the material plane.
You would not be
We are
wrong.
from the material plane, if that's what you mean. But we are not from this place.
A long time ago, the mages of Anglan used the Janai Stone to try and harness its powers to defeat our enemies. And they caused a calamity, which ripped Anglan from the world and brought it here, leading to years of conflict, the years that Dramos talks about, with fiends. However, something happened, and I find myself in the unique position of being aware of it. Everything changed one day.
Go on then.
And suddenly, I awoke to find that everyone believed that Fatis from Kazara had brought a Janai Stone into Anglan to tear it from the world. One day, the truth was the mages, and the next day, Fatis from Kazara were responsible. Now I have corrected things, the king believes me, and the narrative remains that mages were responsible with abuse of power. However, fate is there, and he changed things from how they were supposed to be. Everyone in this city hates your kind, Dramos. But I cannot abide change. When I hear Harbinger, I hear Harbinger of change. To my mind, fate is what he wants it to be, not what it should be.
I believe we make our own fate. He has nothing to do with it. He just lays claim.
Do you have other followers of fate within the city?
I would suffer no followers of fate within the city. And as long as I have the king's ear, I believe that's the way it will stay.
Good. It is my understanding that this Harbinger of Fate, is currently out in that cathedral that is under siege. It would be my wish to go there and speak with her. Briefly.
I would have other wishes, not befitting a lady. I would send my man. She looks over at the armoured figure behind, and you notice for the first time that on his shield he has a white face. But it's politics. I think it would be best if the Harbinger had an accident. Perhaps
It would be a shame.
fell during the assault on the cathedral.
That would be unfortunate indeed. And the bishop?
I'm
You say
sure
he followed fate?
I believe the bishop to be misguided as all men of power and wealth can be. So, with your intention to speak to the Harbinger about whatever you intend to do, how is it I could aid your group? Do I have something that you want?
Just two things that I would request. One, do you know the whereabouts of the... We have genuinely come here seeking a worm. A large worm.
A large worm?
Would you? Yes. If you would know the whereabouts of that worm, I would be in your debt, forever in your debt, to know that.
There is one not far from the city. We have walled up its lair, but I can guide you to it.
That will not, I think, be a problem for us to get through. And the second would be, can you get us into that cathedral?
By what means?
By whatever means you can, but through force of arms. We can make an outright attack on the cathedral to attempt to drive those besieging it away. Or if there are more subtle ways of getting in there, then we may accomplish our aims much quicker and quietly.
I can send you with the next attack that King Wendell is sure to send. However, if you're suggesting any kinds of magical means, that would be a different conversation.
We shall accompany the next attack.
Oh, whoa, Corym.
We will.
Hang on a minute. I'd just like to introduce myself. My name's Talos.
Talos.
And what is your name?
Well, many people have given me the graceful name of the White Lady or the Wise Woman. I find it a little bit ostentatious myself. My name is Lady Serena.
Name is Lady Serena.
Mm-hmm.
And may I ask, why do we have this meeting with you right now?
Why do you have this meeting with me right now? Because you are strangers here. And strangers do not turn up in a country isolated. I have specifically given orders that any such as you should be brought before me. Consider yourself lucky that I think your hearts are in the right place.
I have no doubt that these people before you have the greatest of hearts. But I just seem to be asking myself the question of, why do we have your ear? We don't have the ear of the king.
I would ask, who do you think you are?
Well, you've just said that you are special people with great hearts.
Mm.
And I'm just wondering who you are, and if we are so important to this land that you would send out guards or individuals to lap up anybody from this land, come and see you. That doesn't make us special enough to see the king.
It does not, because I didn't think you were that special. I just feel that you offer no harm. You're unusual. Not, shall we say, hindered by the beliefs that people around here might have. I am not as naive enough to think that you are all pure of heart and would wish no ill on a king that, forgive me, Dramos, your kind would love to see dead. He is already distraught at the loss of his son and the state of his wife.
What's happened to the wife?
The queen is not as she was. Their daughter, well, Their daughter is lost, which is bad enough. But to have their son just missing, all heirs to the throne gone.
The daughter, when you say lost, has she gone missing, or has she been lost in battle?
She is gone.
She is gone.
In the most final of ways.
I
And
bear you no ill will whatsoever, and greatly appreciate it that you are meeting us just like this. I like to think of myself as very looking at fine detail, and I just can't mistake or wonder why the king isn't present and why you would use the word. It is all very political. You have your man over there with clearly a sigil that represents you. Why has he not got the sigil of the rest of the men? I just wonder. I don't understand why you're talking to us, and potentially we need to be talking to the king.
Now, Talos, I don't know what to tell you. The king is not available to you.
Okay, so the king's not available to us, and you're willing to help us get where we want to go, and willing to help Corym sort his agenda out.
For the good of the kingdom.
What do you gain? It's for the good of the kingdom, or is it good for you?
What's good
Well, I mean, if we get rid of that worm, that is one giant worm, out of the way, and if we get rid of the Harbinger of Fate, that's someone doing... Which fate is bad, yes, I'm going to guess around here. Fate is bad.
Fate is bad everywhere.
Well, and that's another good thing for the kingdom. So there are two good things already for the kingdom. I mean, putting it out there.
But if this was so good, the kingdom, then surely the king would offer us an audience.
There are things I could tell you, Talos, but they are upsetting. Private issues of the king's. Traumas that he has suffered at the hands of, forgive me, Dramos' kind.
She will not stop going on about that, will she?
So in other words, they have tried to assassinate him, and they are being ultra careful about who he sees and who he doesn't see. So we are dealing with this person instead of him. Seems quite reasonable to me.
A particular entity. I cannot tell you his name, as when they get to his level they are somewhat careful with names. But he represents an aspect of lust, a perversion of Imogen. He disguised his form, much like Dramos here, and he managed to get in. And the Queen has never been the same since.
No. The king's son. What efforts have been made to find him? Or is he lost, as is the daughter?
We have found no body. He went missing with a personal retinue of guards.
Would you
Have
mind?
you
I wonder about those guards
attempted
families.
to find him using divine methods?
No methods we have available have been able to locate him. It is my belief he is dead.
would you mind me just consulting with my party for just 1 second?
Of course. Take your time.
Bring it
I'll
in.
get that
Bring it in.
wine.
Oh, fantastic.
Bring it in.
And she
Right.
retreats to the far side of the room with her guard, who stays within 5 feet of her. And when she gets to the far end, he wheels around to keep his eye on the party. But you're out of earshot.
Okay. I'm just going to say, like, obviously, this woman just wants us to go and do something for her. And we're already doing something for some woman to get a new body. It just feels like these people are just using us as tools.
Well,
Yes.
in all fairness, it was us who wanted to go see the bishop and the harp. I mean, I was quite happy just to say, "Oh, could you point this in the direction of the worm?" and we do that.
What
But
she,
it was recorded. Was it not the
What
one?
she wants is what we want. That's why we're allowing it.
Talos, let us not be in any doubt. If there is a Harbinger of Fate here, a true Harbinger of Fate, then I certainly will not leave this place without confronting her face to face.
So which one would you rather do? Would you rather go and sort this dragon thing out? Or do you want to go and do that? Because we're seriously undermanned as it is. Don't have the resources to take both on.
I
Maybe
believe
as a
that.
rest.
I think with a night's rest, I think that we are more than capable of taking on another Harbinger of Fate. The worm is a little bit of an unknown, admittedly, but I will not shy away from such a deed.
Clearly, this woman is oozing magical elements. This woman, isn't she? Like, could we not ask her about Gartok's mace?
That would be a mistake.
Yeah, I don't think telling them that we have a whatever it is in a mace is a good idea.
I'll
Any
move
kind of-
close to
Any
Alex.
kind of magic, not of divine origin, seen less as a curiosity here, but more as threat. You have listened to what said about the mages being responsible for keeping Anglo away from the world and landing them here with the use of magic from a non-divine source that. So I think the others are right. It would not be wise to suggest to her that we have a spirit, shall we say, hanging around in the mace that Gartok carries. That information I think we should keep to ourselves.
Okay. Let's reverse it. Let's ask Gartok's mace about this woman.
If you want to go talk to a
If you wish
mace,
to do that, then speak with Gartok.
I'm just trying to get some info. I mean, I haven't really dealt with this fate person. And from my point of view, it's just a person that you guys want to go and hack down. And obviously, I can pin two things together, and they're doing something that's quite evil. But I'm just from my point of view, it's like we're going from one woman to the other woman, and they're just giving us stuff to do, and we're just blindly going.
I mean, I agree with Talos. It does feel like this fate thing is rather personal for a few of you. I mean, you kind of immediately went, "Oh, forget what we're already doing. Let's go kill this person." I mean, like it wasn't even a hesitation. You went straight for it.
I have no intention of just killing her. I'm just going to open her eyes to the truth and then allow her to reconsider her views.
And
There's
if she
another
refuses,
There's another consideration.
Well,
We
towards
are,
open her
only,
eye.
we are only after the worm for what?
for the urn.
And what does the urn give us?
Well, apparently she can grow a body like a tree.
And what body did she want?
I don't know. She didn't tell us.
A
But a
female
younger one.
body.
She
I will,
said
And
she
what is the
wanted.
harbinger of
She
fate? A female body.
she said she wanted a body which was younger and she could walk freely among the people.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You are considering using this new Harbinger of Fate as the body?
Absolutely. It's
I mean,
I like where you're thinking. I do.
I would be concerned greatly with that. Burne, my personal issues with Burne lie in the fact that she had a very unnatural curiosity about listening to Fate's voice in my head.
Okay.
I wouldn't like her to get that from someone else.
But it's once the soul has departed, it's just a shell.
Well, let's hope that the voice appears to be individual rather than the shell.
The downside of having the Harbinger of Fate as the body is we don't get the treasure of the worm, and that's a lot of treasure.
We
Is
don't know exactly
Gartok
what the
holding
worm
his
has.
mace?
It's strapped to my back as it usually is.
I would
knows
suggest
what
we don't.
Gartok
I would suggest we do not actually touch the mace at this moment. It may look slightly odd.
No. I'm asking if he's holding it. I'm not reaching out, but I'm asking if Gartok is holding it.
No, it's strapped across the back.
Should we just say we don't know what power the urn holds either, do we?
Don't care.
The one
But that
point
may be
not
more
say-
dangerous than a body.
the
That's
thing
all I
is
can
with
say.
Burne, it's like I'm against it. I'm against pretty much quite a lot of the stuff that's going on at the moment. The urn is technically a way out, and like I want to get out of here. Like I want to see some grass. But I'm just gonna when Dramos walked in here, everybody was negative towards Dramos, and Dramos. I've only known you for a little bit, but you're like the nicest bloke ever, even though you've got horns and a tail. Like, I don't judge it, yeah? You guys, as soon as someone has said fate, you've jumped on it like that. You're doing what everyone else is doing to Dramos right here.
No.
What happens if this person is fate? What happens if this person isn't even Harbinger of Fate? It's just a random person.
We're not going to. You're not. We are not going to just outright kill someone without a conversation, Talos.
You're going to bloody
You're going-
interrogate them.
We will be talking and offering a different.
I am
Point of
curious. What if they refuse? Then does it get bloody? Or is that we cross that bridge when we come to it?
Then we cross that bridge.
It's
And Talos-
going to be bloody.
I know Talos will judge me for that, but if you approach someone doing something evil and you tell them that what they're doing is evil and they do not reconsider their ways, that is when it is time for the law, or you, as I have heard, to interact.
Whose point of view is evil?
Fate, for certain.
Okay.
Make your
Talos,
own
I
judgment,
wouldn't have
Talos.
minced words with you.
You've done nothing but
If
wrong.
that truly is a harbinger of fate, she will die.
Okay. Like,
Fate,
I just wanted to put that out
Fate
there.
himself has destroyed. Fate himself has destroyed my church once. He is
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to infest our renewed church,
Okay.
and he has infested other temples within the town.
I know.
He is a parasite that has got to be removed.
I feel like fate is a trigger word. You, Corym, like I know that you've had some bad times with the word fate.
Not
I
the
don't
word
think-
fate, with fate. With fate the pretender. With followers of fate.
I just don't think that fate is our battle at the moment.
Fate is
I
always
think-
our battle, Talos. If you disagree with that, maybe you need to depart when we get back to the homeland.
What happens if I turn around and I say I'm a follower of fate?
Are
Do
you?
you know what he does?
Because
Do you know?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying we're in a land that we haven't got a clue what's going on. There's like real big politics. There's a white woman that's clearly evil.
Wait, what are you talking about? She's clearly evil.
Look,
Tell us.
you can blatantly look at her, and you blatantly know she's not too
What?
good.
I think
Like,
she
tell
looks
us.
okay.
a few of us
I
have
think
been
we go-
to this land before, and we are, whilst not completely au fait with what is going on here, we do have an idea of what this place is about. And whilst I
Corym.
may not agree with... Yes?
Maybe need to ask Gartok what he wants to do with that mace. He's the one carrying it about. He's the one talking to the old bag. Like,
Anyone
Right.
is I'm sure Gartok would allow you to talk to the hag if you so wish. I would
don't
merely
want to talk to
suggest
her.
that you don't do it in front of the white lady over there, as magic is certainly frowned upon.
I don't want to talk to her. I'm really sorry, but I think she's up to no good as well.
Do you think anyone is not up to any good?
Yeah. Well,
Because, let's be honest, everyone is up to no good, regardless of who they are. It is just certain degrees of not goodness.
yeah, there's certain degrees, but everybody we seem to run in is like major degrees of evilness.
By your definition, by your thing.
Oh, this is the thing. I won't make a judgment.
You've already
Straight
made
away.
it.
Yes, Tara, you're making a judgment on someone you've met, and we're telling you that we have met these people before, and we have made our judgment.
Okay,
You meet Fate
so
and tell me that he's not evil.
I've never
I
met
t- I'll, I will make you this solemn vow that if we get out of this land, I will go on a journey to meet Fate, and I will find what.
I
goes
mean,
on.
if you meet a god, then fair play. I mean, that is kind of, yeah. I've seen a lot
Well,
of things.
I-
you
I-
see that. Just bear in
I think we
mind
should
that
be- Do you
Let us
all want to go? Do you all want to put the worm to one side and go for this?
No,
Fate?
I'm happy to go straight to the worm.
I'm saying that I think for me, fate is a much more personal matter. Now it is up to you whether you wish to accompany me, but that is where I shall be going.
What
The
do you
previous
say?
leader
What
of
do you wanna
my order was killed by fate. My church was destroyed by fate. And in turn, I shall do everything within my power to destroy any followers of fate who I find.
Ooh.
Well, that white woman's gonna be back in a minute. I just don't think that we should just like agree to everything she wants. I think like we need to say what we want to do.
I mean, also, Talos, you must have the keep in consideration with a single word, she could have us all killed just like that. So you got to keep that under consideration, too.
Drama. What do you want to do?
The room with us.
Yeah, she's further down. She's getting my wine.
She's had a servant actually bring the wine
Yes.
now, and it's been brought down to a table, which is put
Ooh.
towards the end of the room. And there's
I'm
a
totally
few
going to that
goblets
table.
and some wine. Her man stands nearby,
I'm
watching
totally
the
happy
group.
getting some wine.
Yes, Dramos. What?
I'll make my way over to the white lady.
I believe this lady
Corym,
is.
I think we're still discussing as Corym wanders off. Sorry, man.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'm going to move over
I'll
towards
let
Dramos.
you guys carry on discussing, but I won't be a part of it anymore.
I believe this lady is some form of being who can live in an extraordinary amount of time. When we were in the Tower of Darius, we came across a bowl which allowed me to communicate very briefly with a king called a Thade, or someone called a Thade. They went to fetch the wise lady, and that's where it cut off.
Do you think we should intervene with the other Harbinger?
Most of us require rest. We are using up powers which we only have limited resources of. We have been travelling for hours. If we go with the next wave, we will need longer to rest, and I do not know how much longer Burne has. I will follow and defend Corym and yourself, Harbinger, as I would with Rastvyn or Gartok, or any of those that venture with me. We could, if we do it, we could do it in a way where it is a fellow human that takes them down, or we could do it with a magic wielding demon, as the others would see it.
I do not feel right in killing her without giving her a chance.
We should
But I
never just outright kill.
I would.
Nice to see a little bit of me rubbing off on you guys.
That's been there before you were here, Talos. What's rubbed off on us?
Tell the stains.
Oh God! I immediately thought of that person in Newport again. I agree. We need rest, and I do not feel right about allowing Burne to take her body. So if we commit to this, it will be two separate things.
Yeah, I agree. Even separate.
Why do you care what happens to the shell?
Because I know that Burne is powerful, and I do not want her to interact with him, with fate.
The other thing we must consider is, I will not stay in this form, and your arm will not stay like that.
I know that. Yeah, we need to
We must
be from sight.
be honest.
You can stay here, and I can get you out tomorrow.
We
It's
must,
actually a good point. I'm going to head on over to the woman as well.
Okay. So Corym will be a little bit ahead of you.
we must be honest. Unless we have another way of
Okay, you
disguising
guys-
me, or ask if I would be okay in my natural form, then
I
we
don't
would.
think the rest of this society would react well to you in your natural form, Dramos. The only people who've seen you in your natural form are those who report directly to this white lady and the white lady herself. If the guards or the people saw you, I fear they would attack you before asking questions. And we could not hold back the whole of the city.
We have her word that I have her protection as long as I do not harm anyone. It would be a test for her as well.
You can ask her later.
Maybe she could give us access to her armory.
Well, she asked what we wanted from her to aid her. Maybe you should put that into a request, Talos.
Well, just saying, if anybody needs, like, if she's got any gear, that could potentially help us.
Is that what you gain from this, Talos?
Then let's ask her.
I'm gonna walk closer.
All right.
Closer.
Closer.
And I'm gonna divine sense. Liz.
Okay. Well, first of all, Corym has walked up.
Alright, yeah. That's a week.
So, lady,
Mhm.
the King's Son, the story does intrigue me. I have heard that the King's Son had disappeared.
Yes.
I would admit to you that it is not my first time in this land. I have come hunting fate before now, but unfortunately, the last time me and my party were driven back. Would it be possible to magically search for him? Is this something you have attempted? Using, obviously, your divination magics?
We have used the safe magics that are available, and we're unable to detect his location, which to me would indicate potential death.
Or if I'm not mistaken, he's on another plane of existence.
That is possible. After all, that is where you came from. I would pray that the King's Son is alive. There's a tragedy for a family to have. It does not matter that they are royal. To have 3 children and to lose all 3 of them. I would pray to
3
the
children?
lady. One, sadly, was stillborn.
I see. Would it be possible to gain something that may have been a personal effect of the prince? What was his name?
Thane.
Thane. Would it be possible in something of personal nature today? And if I would make the attempt to see if he is possible to find him.
I would
Not
have to
on this
speak to
plane,
the.
then.
I would have to speak to the king. The queen, bless her, likes to keep Prince Thane's room locked.
I understand. It is an offer of aid. I think it will be my purpose while I'm here to seek out this Harbinger and the worm, although I think I'm not sure exactly what the rest of my are. But one thing that I would ask of you is maybe a place to rest whilst we are here.
My man here, I feel, was hoping for a fight. However, your words go a long way to convincing me that you can be a friend of Anglan. I can arrange for a place for you to rest, unmolested.
Well, thank you for that. Now, it would seem that they have finished talking.
So Enzo comes over at this point.
Oh, I'm not interrupting anything, am I?
I don't
No,
believe
we've.
so.
I think we've concluded what we were talking about.
Oh, that is good. That is good. I was wondering if I could ask just one or two slight questions with you, my lady, if that is okay.
I'm sorry, I was looking at the other screen. What did you say?
I was wondering if I could ask a question or two.
Of course, I am an open book.
Oh, that is good to know. I like to read. Firstly, have you had any meetings with any others that are from a different plane? Because you seem to be, quite interested in being informed if any from an external plane were to appear.
Yes, I spoke to a male harbinger some months ago.
Another Harbinger of Fate.
Indeed.
I see. Huh. That's quite interesting.
What did he look like?
He, It was some time ago now. So.
Did he have an annoying exuberance about him?
No.
Kind of. Oh.
I remember him coming in and he introduced himself. And of course, I was on edge because of what I know. However, he left without conflict. I cannot say he was particularly exuberant or garrulous. It was some time ago, and it was some time ago. My memory does not serve me well on this incident.
Oh.
Are you done, Corym?
Yes.
Okay. Now, in regards to the matter at hand, in the current situation, now we are currently deciding what we are going to do. If I know the party, and I kinda don't, we're probably going to do everything we possibly can. So if we do go to this cathedral and assist in capturing it, and heavens, that the Harbinger of Fate gets a nasty accident.
It would be tragic, would it not?
It would be absolutely awful, wouldn't it? I mean, a tragedy for the ages. But if should things were to happen, would there be some sort of, assistance or, a favor for a favor in the future?
Well, I'll certainly be prepared to tell you exactly where this worm is you wish to find.
Anything more with, maybe assistance in, killing this worm? Because, the worm dying would assist you too, would it not?
Well, I would be happy to have you publicly declared friends of Anglan. But if you're looking for more material benefit, I can offer you any form of arms and armour you wish. There are ample dead Anglans around who have no longer need for their chain and plate.
Not quite what I was thinking for. I was thinking more about manpower.
We will send a significant amount of people into the attack on this cathedral.
What about the worm? Would you send manpower to attack the worm with this?
Well, the worm is currently sealed up, so I do not really see that as a military issue.
Well, we're about to unseal it one way or another, so then it becomes a military issue, no?
Well, if it comes near the city, we will defend the city.
That's good to know. Thank you. I mean, we have no place to stay in the city. Is there rooms or?
I will have a room provided for you. I would suggest that Dramos does not wander freely. I can offer my protection, but people have their own mind.
Do not worry. If he were to go out into the city, he would be fully disguised. Even then, we will advise him not to go out into the city. Can I go out in the city?
You would pass if you were to tone it down a little bit, as a normal Anglander. A human.
I don't know what you mean by tone it down, but I take it into consideration.
This is a town of people who have a very hard day-to-day life. A man of such dress would stand out.
That's why I wear it.
You might make them feel bad.
Oh, I see. I understand. Maybe okay. I understand what you mean. I will tone it down. I will lose the hat or something. As much as I like it. That's brilliant. Thank you very much. I will tell the good news to my acquaintances back there.
Good.
Can I divine sense?
You can, and you do not pick up anything.
I'm evil.
She's not.
She's not a fiend.
Or a celestial.
She's not a celestial.
She's not undead.
She's not undead.
She's just a humi.
Oh damn.
So I'm gonna head back to the party where everyone is. He goes, well, good news. We have a place to sleep here. She said we're under her protection, so that is good. Dramos, please do not go out into the city, and if you do, please make sure you have a disguise. Everyone else, as long as you're looking human, can probably go out into the city if you so wish. I think what would be best, if we still aren't decided on what we are going to do, that we retire to somewhere more private where we can discuss it in full. Personally, I think I know where this is going, that we are going to go to the cathedral, we're going to talk to this Harbinger of Fate, she's going to have an accident, and then we're going to come back to the city, and hopefully, with a little assistance from them and a little bit of planning, maybe we can get the Anglans to help kill this worm. Everybody wins.
It's like the candelabra from Beauty and the Beast, you know?
So,
Did we say about equipment? Can we get some equipment?
Well, she said there are plenty of dead Anglans, that you can take any chain or swords or shields that are laying around in the armory.
I think she mentioned plate as well.
Plate, possibly. Yeah, I've seen a lot of them wear plate.
Mm.
I mean, I'm not sure if it'll fit you perfectly, but I'm sure there's someone of your size.
Just a human.
was there not the opportunity that we could potentially sneak past without fighting the worm?
There was a possibility of that, yes, if we could sneak in, but the problem is they have blocked it up, so... I mean, are we going to destroy the wall? I mean, I don't know how to get past a solid wall.
There are means.
Are there?
I thought we were doing the cathedral.
Well, yeah, that's first. We're talking about the worm now. We've got many plans, many things going on at the same time.
Dressed above all.
I'll approach, go back, speak to the lady again. The wall that you locked in the worm, how thick was it when you walled it up?
I have not seen it, but I believe the men piled stones upon it. It would not be difficult to remove for a strong man such as yours, or mine.
Oh, okay. That does not seem insurmountable to ourselves.
The man speaks up for the first time. If they are going to the cathedral, I would go with them. No. Sade in your place is by my side. I would be better served going for the Harbinger directly. I feel these people are a tight-knit group, mostly. They would probably not like a babysitter. Lady.
Would we have been close enough to hear that?
Yes, yes.
You know the thing on his shield?
Mm-hmm.
This white face?
Yeah.
Is it the same as we've seen on some of the creatures?
Yes.
The symbol of temperance, right?
Yes.
I think that's her holy symbol. But we've seen weird versions of it for Morthel as well.
Is it Morthel or is it her?
Is there any differentiation in the white face?
It's a very rudimentary design. It's pretty much an oval with the eyes, nose and mouth marked out. You've seen versions of it that have wings coming from the back, but this is a plain white face, similar to those that you've seen on amulets and so on, with the followers of what you assume to be Morthel.
Lady Serena,
Yes.
if your companion wishes to join us, he would be more than welcome.
Is this what you would wish, Seyden? It is, my lady. But you're so valuable by my side. And I don't wish you picking a fight. I would not just pick any fight. By doing this, I would be extending your will. I do nothing by standing here. You do plenty by standing there, Seyden. However, you are not a slave, and if this is what you wish, I will consider it while these people rest. Thank you, my lady. I'll give some consideration, Dramos. Seyden is a valued friend to me.
I just thought it would be, if he wishes to join us, and it would give you a piece that, well, someone was looking over, particularly myself, but the rest of us as well, in your absence. This may be more of a personal question, if you allow me to ask. When was the last time anyone from the city communicated to another realm, another city?
We had a device which allowed us to communicate freely with a party we had settling a new colony for the people of Anglan. However, we've not heard from that in some time.
Was it recently after the city arrived here?
Yes.
Can I be nearby? Is that right?
Yeah.
Were you sent for?
Was I sent for? I merely saw a place where my advice would do the kingdom good. And what are we here for if not to do good?
The settlement, this new colony, do Gilcath or Briador, whatever the name will be, ring a bell with you?
Briador was the name of the leader of the expedition.
We come from the same area of the world, though Briador is now a ruin, and new settlements have risen up nearby, Misthath, our home, being one of them.
Yeah. Well, time is time passes unchecked.
Thank you, lady.
I'm glad that this conversation has gone so amicably.
You mentioned that I should remain disguised.
I would recommend it.
The disguise has a time limit. It is not long enough for an adequate rest.
The rooms I will offer you will be private, but I would suggest, however you are doing this, you do it again in the morning. And if you are doing it by some illicit means, as I suspect you are, you don't discuss it with anybody. Seyden looks over at her.
You asked me to be honest. I am being as honest as I can be.
Whatever you do, I would do it again after you've rested.
Understood, lady. Thank you. Was it Sadine, did you say his name?
Seyden. S-A-D-E-N. S-A-D-E-N.
And hopefully I look forward to seeing what you can do, Sadine.
With my lady's will.
Oh, look back at the rest of the party. Are we ready to rest?
Yeah.
I am.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'll,
I'll have another wine before I go.
I'll talk to that Sadine and just be like, if you could help me with some equipment, that'd be brilliant. I'm getting my ass kicked.
It's not really what I do.
You could help me.
I could
don't
help
want me
you.
walking.
I could
You don't
help
want me
you,
walking.
but I'm not
Yeah.
going to.
Oh, okay.
If the
I
lady
just walk
wants
right.
to point you to someone, that's up to her, but I am not leaving her side.
Lady, can I have some equipment, please?
I can have someone from the armory sent. What is it that you would
That'd be
wish?
brilliant. Some plate, please.
Some plate. And we will find some plate for you, Master Talos.
Thank you.
We'll find something
I-
fine,
I-
especially as you have been so open and trusting.
I had no idea your allegiance could be so easily bought, Talos.
I owe no allegiance. I just know that we're going into the thick of something really big, and at the moment, I'm getting my ass kicked by bugs. So I need to step the game up.
Okay.
Perhaps a
Obviously,
tower
if I'm
shield
gonna
as
help
well.
this woman out, if you've got any magical shields, lady, I'll have that. If you've got any magical shields, like the more you give me, the more we can take it out. You know what I mean?
No.
These are all big warriors. Do you know what I mean?
We do not
look how big
have any magical shields.
Well, if you don't ask, you don't get.
Exactly, it's worth a shot, right?
If you think that you can come to the capital of Anglan and just ask for magic, you are sorely mistaken, sir.
Okay.
I fear Talos is too full of opinions to listen to what you have said, lady.
Okay.
Magic is not welcome here, Talos.
I'm sure there's got to be something in this world.
Let's move on, shall we?
Okay, so they will provide you a room. It's basic, but it has got a door with a bolt on the inside. You can rest for 8 hours.
Do I feel really safe?
If you like, I will allocate experience points and you can level up.
Yes! Sweet Jesus!
What happens when you have a long rest? Do you like get your magic stuff back?
You get everything back.
Oh God, yes!
All right, give me a minute and I'll do the
Wasn't
calculation for you.
expecting tonight. Oh.
What I'm a little bit worried about, if he's letting us level up, it's
Right.
nothing good coming.
I'm waiting to be able to add the
Wow.
XP.
Got to ask for them magic shields, man. Ask for them.
Yeah, but they don't do magic here, you nutter. They hate magic.
They
I
kill
mean-
magic users.
I mean, they do have magic users, but they're kind of locked up in a tower.
She blatantly walked into that room with a massive sign above her head saying, "I'm a villain."
She is
What I
not a
say.
villain. She's
Talos,
done nothing
I am-
wrong.
I used an ability of mine which determined whether she was of a magical nature, and most of my indicators showed up as not magical, not evil.
We did a survey of one fiend, one celestial, one undead, and we found that
Okay.
none of them exist.
Yep.
It's me being very one-dimensional.
It is. It's
but
great.
I'm just
Everyone is evil.
I'm just kind of saying that it's just like we're following blind orders.
Look,
So
we started this by going into hell to give a voice in a mace urn to make a new body. I think we've gone past the whole we're just doing things because people tell us point. I mean, we're there. We're there.
Only because we didn't want to go and kill somebody and give them that body. I mean, how much would that be?
I was totally cool with going to kill someone and just using that body.
we had that opportunity before and it was voted against. So.
Preferably evil.
Now you know the beauty of Talos.
It's not evil.
Everybody is good until.
I mean, what if they were a criminal?
Not good. Talos is just opinionated, but I love it. Carry on.
Great, yeah. I'm hoping there's lots of money and stuff with this worm. I could do with some.
I need about.
Not as much as Harbinger could.
I need
in the
about.
groin.
I need about 10k.
10k, what for?
An item.
Things.
Yeah.
See, I want my ship back. Although, Talos, you have a ship, right?
With half breeds on.
You can have
Yeah.
3,142 experience points.
Hot diggity damn. Right.
I'm level 4. Boom.
Sorry, can you say that?
Oh, we're not even
sorry,
finished yet.
sorry, Jamie. Could you say that amount again, please?
3,142.
Yeah.
Straight into the builder I go.
Does that, and we can level up, you're saying?
I'm going to let you level up.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Right,
I know.
I was going to ask the open question. I'm assuming the answer is going to be no.
Okay.
When I level up as a wizard, which I will be doing, I get 2 spells. I'm assuming I can't take those 2 spells.
You wouldn't be able to get the new spells until you'd had a chance to go and
research them. That's what I thought.
research
Yeah.
them. Yes.
So I've got a 6th level slot I can't use apart from 5th level spells, but it'll do me.
Don't worry, I've got a couple.
So I assume, is that just Rastvyn and Enzo that's leveled up?
No,
Yeah.
I've leveled
You've
up.
leveled up as well.
Oh yeah. I only needed just over 1,000.
Okay.
Are you 12th now?
If
I'm
anybody
12,
really
yeah.
needed it, it was Enzo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time.
4.5k off level 11.
Oh my god, my HP has just gone up to 51.
Well, it hasn't, because you're going to lose that 20 that I've cast on you.
Oh wait, hang on. Yeah, maybe it hasn't changed that. Yeah, but you're gonna give that back, surely. I bloody hope so, at least.
You're on your own now.
Bloody hope so.
You're into medium boy territory, so you can carry on.
I'm gonna go up to Enzo as well with a piece of paper. I'm gonna hand you this piece of paper.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, look, mate, I think you need to have this. Like, this is it's no good with me. Like, you will do more good with this than I will.
What's
I'm all about trying to do good. So if you open the letter, you can open it. If not, then you can read it later.
gonna open it because, of course, I'm gonna open it. I want to see what it is.
I'm just gonna give you the deed to my ship.
Oh! Really? For nothing?
Yeah, because like you've told me that you're a sailor. I'm not really a sailor. Like I wanted to use it to bring goods into the towns and things like this, but I don't know how to do it. So survive.
I now have something to survive for. Thank you very much. What kind of ship is it?
Big one, apparently.
Oh, it's a big one as well.
It's a dinghy.
Now,
That was
are any of you sailors? Because I need a
Got a
crew.
crew.
Oh, it's already got a
got a
crew.
It's got a crew as well.
Oh, you're gonna love that crew.
Well, I'm going to.
So,
Okay,
If we
okay.
get back, I'll introduce them. And I think the only thing that I suggest is like let me sleep there when I want.
Yeah, of course, of course. You
I'm
can sleep on it
kind
whenever
of.
you want.
I haven't been to the Temple of the People yet, and I heard that they charge.
Well, they're suddenly charging now.
Oh, are they?
Well, it is a hotel.
How much XP does it get?
3,142.
Which led to a certain amount of excitement for several people. Dave even put his glasses on.
Oh,
Well, I had to see which feat I was going to choose.
Like, Dave's the reverse of CSI when something cool happens. Time to level up.
Yeah.
So yes, so you lock yourself in this room and you take a little bit of time to rest, regain your spell slots. Presumably not loudly cast any magic in your room.
I don't care how small the room is. I said I cast fireball.
Yeah. Everyone's a T-Rex.
no.
You're just thrashing around in
Well, I could have turned one more person into a T-Rex. I could have animated some more objects. Had a few things I could do still, but no.
All right.
Before
Interesting.
we took a rest, by the way, I will activate my ability to see invisible objects and have a wander around and see if we're being spied upon.
Okay. You are not being spied upon.
I would have, when everyone rested and slept, I would have slept propped up against the locked door.
Okay.
Just an extra meat shield next to the door, basically.
Okay.
And by the way, sorry everyone, I'm not being quiet because I'm antisocial. I'm intentionally being quiet.
Yeah, no, don't worry.
That's fine. Well,
Dodgy.
we got how you play it, John. Absolutely fine. I know if you want something, you will shout out. No problem.
Talk being dodgy. It's quiet.
Well, Talos is convinced she's evil.
Everybody's evil at Talos.
For once, Harriet's not gone. She's evil. She's so evil.
Evil until
Talos'
proven
career,
innocent.
in Talos' career, everybody that's appeared to him in gleaming white and is like, I am the epitome of good, they've turned out bad.
Dude, that's
You
right.
encountered Saruman then?
Yes. I've made friends with a vampire that I've completely forgot about that I need to go check on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh dear.
Good luck checking on him.
Oh no.
Yeah.
We didn't kill him. We didn't kill him.
About that.
Someone did though.
Mm.
I'll give you a minute. You'll look at the intense concentration on the faces of the leveler ups.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm just working out my spells for the Day of the Sword as well. I get to remember a new another spell as well. The joys of leveling.
Okay.
I've got 12,219 to go.
Only 3 or 4 more sessions like this.
Yeah, I got about 12,000 to go to get to 12.
Well, you're not done yet, really. It depends what you're going to do. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
You might just decide to go straight for the worm. Or
Burne!
the worm.
Might go after scale.
Or you might decide to go
Burne.
full cathedral assault. Get that Harbinger.
Okay, let's take.
I'm worried that Corym's going to go full murder hobo on it.
Oh, there we go.
You don't need to worry about it.
It's going to happen.
I am actually going to give Corym 2 piety points, incidentally. Which I think are
That's
overdue.
very generous.
What for?
Yes.
You're right, Harriet. No, I'll take those 2 points off him.
No, I mean, I feel. What did Hal not get any piety for me? Like encouraging Tridas to bang that woman? Oh, God.
That's up to Archie to issue those points.
Oh, I'll send him a message right now.
Send him. Where's my bang points?
On another subject, Till has lost an arm.
Oh yeah, it got eaten by Madame Gel's father.
He is
And
an
then
angry
Madame
daddy.
Gel got eaten. Yeah.
Not eaten in a good way either.
And not obviously not the limb that I'm thinking of.
No.
Oh,
You imagine some scenario where her dad ate his.
limb.
It's not traditional before the wedding, but okay.
Well, the king's normally got a right to bed the person being married, isn't he? That's what the normal feudal system work like.
Sweet.
Apparently, that was a Victorian invention. It wasn't even around in the medieval period. It was a
prima nocta.
fanciful thing for the Victorians.
Because they were all about banging in the Victorian era.
They were dirty
Well, they were just
bastards.
frustrated, weren't they?
Yeah.
They all wanted to do it, but they weren't allowed.
They were
by
wearing
society.
all that really tight starched clothing. They had little tables with tiny vases on. What else are you going to think about?
Lots and lots of like little, you know, doilies. Is
Yeah.
that what they call them? Doilies.
Right, we need to discuss how we're getting out of here.
Right, I'm done. I've leveled up.
My thoughts, Dramos, are we just make you invisible rather than.
Why do you not just disguise him again? Why not just give him this?
Quite
Oh.
a lot of my abilities.
Oh, in that case, go invisible then. Yeah. If that is easier for you, I suggest go invisible.
I would have used the remove curse to get my armor off, by the way, before sleeping, and then. Sorry.
Then put it back on again.
Oh my god, that thing comes off.
It doesn't smell great in there. It's
What on antiperspirant?
been on a long
Shit, I don't
time.
get an extra spell at bloody 12.
But this is my point, right? The Harbinger, who's the epitome of good, is wearing the most evilest looking armor ever.
I mean, it isn't good for your image. I will
Yeah.
say that. It's looking pretty rough for your image. Have you not considered, I don't know, changing the armor?
I have, but it offers me properties which nothing I found equals as of yet.
Oh, I see. Have you considered removing the curse of the armor?
Removing it just allows me to take it off.
No, I meant actually purging the item's curse. You know,
No.
decursing an item.
I don't know how you do that.
Well, I'm pretty sure it is possible. It just costs a lot of money. And quite a lot of skill.
I'm not sure anyone has that skill in the city, but I may be wrong.
Hey, maybe we can try here.
Wait. Let's go. I want to know if the armory man's come round.
Like this, I'm gonna go walk around the city. I'll be back later.
What is Drydaff actually... Not Drydaff, sorry. What is Talos actually wearing? At the moment?
Tidy whities.
Wearing
More than Dramos.
Dramos on his loincloth and thong.
Whoa, he's got a bit more than the loincloth and the thong.
Alright,
got
sure.
He's got a coat as well.
Yeah, yeah.
He's got
Okay.
splint heavy armor. So if I can get some plate, that'll just boost my AC up a little bit.
How is your AC so high?
Because I've got
But won't heavy armor will cap your dex, won't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
So if
Maximum
you're...
of +2 if you're wearing half plate.
Yeah.
she said,
If you wear half plate, it'll cap your dex at +2.
I'm only guessing how Chris has made it so high. It might be other things.
Well, half plate is an armor class of 15. Full plate is an armor class of 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what's Chris's AC?
at the moment it's 20.
Which is fucking
20. Well, that's not that high. Are you using a shield?
Yeah.
That is high.
It's really
And
high.
I've got shield mastery, which I don't think does
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, so
That's about right.
he's wearing thin plus his AC plus the shield.
Oh, and I've got a feat. Hang on. I've got defense, so when I wear armor, I get +1 to my AC.
That makes it 20, yeah. I was thinking it was 19.
Sorry,
So if I-
what are you currently wearing, Shane?
Splint.
Half plate. Oh, splint.
So if I
Well-
can get plate, that'll boost it up a little bit more.
Well, yeah, I mean, plate alone is 18, plus the shield is 20, plus that thing is 21. You're already over with plate.
Do you get is it disadvantage on dexterity checks though when in flint or?
Oh.
Yeah. Yes,
So-
we do. I believe.
If anybody wants any equipment, you can have anything of arms and armour in the player's handbook. That's just a standard non-magical item. They will provide you one of.
Wait.
Oh, I might get myself a bardiche then.
What now?
A bardiche.
I might get a spear.
So any armour you get is obviously used and will have signs of battle damage on it.
Or a halberd.
Halberds are cool.
But then I can have reach.
Yeah. I mean, it's not magical, but you can get the reach.
Around.
Hey, but
That joke was in there for Dave. I know he likes a smutty joke.
Can't you make your weapon magical with your charm divinity though?
I can, yeah. Can.
AC. Oh shit, it's only
It wouldn't
36.
up the damage, but it would make it radiant. Yeah. And I do radiant damage anyway, actually, because I'm goddamn hero, as Dad would like to joke about people bragging about themselves.
Yes.
How often do I joke about that?
All the time.
Well, so we say goddamn hero in a bad way and a good way, like when we're watching Aliens and Hicks jumps through that window.
Man, Hicks is
we're
such
like,
a
he's a
goddamn
goddamn hero.
Yeah, Hicks.
Yeah.
You go for it. What a guy.
Yeah. Hicks is amazing.
Don't forget
R.I.P.
that necklace as well, Harriet.
What the?
Stopping people from teleporting necklace.
Yes. I have that attuned. I'm wearing that at the moment. I really should talk to Gartok about that, actually. While we're in the room. I have this necklace that stops people from teleporting away. I believe it's an action to activate it.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. As an action, yeah. It's got 3 charges in it at the moment. And
Okay.
any...
Does it class as casting a spell?
It is magical, but it doesn't cast as casting a spell.
Because part of raging is you can't cast or concentrate on spells while raging. So if it's casting a spell.
It's activating an item, it's not casting a spell.
Okay.
Yeah. It requires attunement, obviously.
I'm pretty free on attunement slots.
And anyone within 30 feet of you for the next 10 minutes cannot cast any teleport spells. So any mirrors, gateways, natural effects, curses, destruction, pocket dimensions are fine. Those are all fine. Sorry, I read out the wrong list. Misty Step, Thunder Step, Dimension Door, Teleportation Circle, Arcane Gate, Transport via Plants, Recall, Word of Recall, Teleport, Plane Shift, and Gate all don't work.
That's for all creatures, right?
All creatures in 30 foot.
So that includes us.
So does it basically give me like an aura of that for the next 10 minutes when I use it?
Yeah. Do you want it?
If you feel it'd be valuable to me, or to us, just
I
teach me
feel
how
it
to use
would.
it.
Be valuable for us too. I'd be happy to teach you.
Just whenever we
Typically-
get close to one of the enemies, they normally disappear. That's really frustrating. You can get up close and personal with the main adversary and stop them from teleporting away. That would be good.
Mm.
so I use this before I start fighting and then get close to them.
Not
If we feel there's some spellcasters there, yes, but not on, any encounter.
Yeah, I feel because there's only 3 charges,
It's quite situational.
but certainly Ravaran. He's a definite.
The
Oh.
bishop and the harbinger we may go and see.
Yes, I will take it and I will wear it. Just tell me when he feels it's appropriate and I will use it.
I didn't catch if you caught that. It's obviously it does not recharge. So,
And that
Oh,
is
so it's 3 charges, full stop, then done, basically.
yeah.
Okay. Not 3 charges per day.
so choose your moment on that one.
Can I find it on D&D Beyond, can I? Or
Yeah, it's called the Transportation Shroud Necklace,
found it.
and I will get rid of it.
And as part of this long rest, I'll attune to it. That's alright.
All right.
During this long rest, can I explore the city?
Yeah, if you want to go and have a look around, you can.
Yeah, I'll have a look around, see what I can find. Any good pubs?
There are a number of pubs. Your coin is unusual to them, but it does not stop them serving you.
Fantastic. I might. I don't know if this actual class is arcane. Because I've selected my bardic school. Just to kind of test it out, I want to do my enthralling performance in a pub. So I choose 4 creatures that watch and listen to me perform.
Okay.
And each target has to make a wisdom saving throw. And if they fail, they're charmed for 1 hour.
That will be a magical effect.
But they don't. But if it fails, they don't know it's happened to them.
Okay. I'm all right with that. So,
Why not?
What's the DC they would have to do?
14 wisdom.
4 of them.
Yeah.
Not one of them made the saving throw.
So essentially, they're all charmed by me, and they buy me drinks.
Okay. So you put on a rousing performance
Yeah.
in one of the taverns.
I tell them of like far beyond lands of the ocean and journeys that I've been on, and of my pirate ways and all that. Pillaging, killing, stealing,
Okay.
rescuing maidens. You know, the usual stuff.
That's,
So
of course,
you
that's what
spend
they're known
a
for.
good few hours performing in a tavern called the Satyr Drunk. And the crowd, they clap along, and several enthusiastic patrons will buy you drinks.
Give them something to cheer and smile about. They seem miserable bastards, so I may as well
The,
entertain.
The ale is flat and unexciting.
Well,
But you think about it and think, well, it must be hard. It must be hard to produce anything like this. They don't have... in fact, thinking about it, what kind of economy do they have? How do they produce their food? How do they replenish stuff? You know, you're in the confines of the city, but outside the city, it's wasteland. So is it something that crosses your mind as you're...
Am I drinking people?
Soylent Brown is the ale.
Soylent Brown.
Okay. So yes, that's what you do.
Brilliant.
But you can wander around a bit of the city as well, and you'll see the same signs of what was once obviously a wealthy, powerful city, which is showing signs of decay.
I would like to also... This is essentially just me, the fact that I'm in England now and I can just wander around. I would like to go to where the mages are kept, just to check it out.
The tower they were talking about.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so this
I'm
will
allowed.
be behind the main castle itself. The tower stands out quite dramatically. There is another sort of curtain wall surrounding this tower, and you can see it is a square structure with barred windows going up the height of it. There are guards on the outside of it, but you wander along to it.
So I'm gonna go up to a guard and just kind of like ask him. So where I am new to the city. So what is this place?
It's a usual accent you've got there.
Well, as you say, I'm new.
Where are you from?
Oh, a land far away. It's too complicated to discuss.
There are no lands far away. Seriously, where are you from?
You'd be surprised.
I would be. Where are you from?
As I said, a land far away. You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
I'm getting a bit disturbed by your reluctance to answer my questions.
Okay, fine. I am from the material realm.
Yeah, all right then.
See, I told you wouldn't believe me.
Should you be wandering around like? Have you got nowhere to sleep?
No, I absolutely have somewhere to sleep.
So it's not really suitable to be wandering around the city drunk, claiming you're from the material plane.
I'm just exploring the city that I have never been to before. That is all.
Well, it's not a tourist attraction, so...
Well, I mean, I can see that. I was just going around, talking to people, making friends.
You wouldn't make any friends in here?
No? Why? Are they all miserable in there?
Well, they're undergoing an intensive qualification process.
Qualification process? Yeah. In what qualification?
Well, I don't really understand how it works, but I heard one of those fellas who's going in saying that's what they were doing, asking a bunch of questions.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. And if they get the questions right, they get to leave.
Oh, interesting. And if they don't, they stay, I assume.
We burn them.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, wait. Is this those magical people?
Yeah, wizards, sorcerers, witches, fortune tellers, anything like that. Healers, if they're not using the power of the gods. Alchemists.
So only the divine.
Exactly.
I see.
Those are the teachings. Only power granted to us by the gods can be used responsibly.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the gods wouldn't let us abuse that power now, would they?
Well, we have been punished on a regular basis.
I can see.
Demons. Just last year, the city was attacked by this awful automaton thing.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
no. Oh, how did that go?
It got we threw everything we had at it, and it just could not stop it. It managed to break through those main gates. You've seen the gates, right?
I have seen those gates.
It got through. It destroyed a number of buildings. We lost a lot of homes near the front of the city, and a lot of people died. But eventually, we managed to get ropes around it, drag it out of the city, and we've got it in a pit.
Oh my god!
You've got it in a pit.
Got it in a pit. If you go near it, I'm not going to tell you where it is, but if you go near it, you can hear the thing creaking away as it's trying to get out. Awful.
Wow, that is terrible. And you have no way to destroy it?
We've tried everything we've got. We've tried burning it. We've poured acid on it. I mean, just trying to fight it does nothing. It's an awful looking thing. It's got like a jackal head.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Sounds terrible. Oh, well, I hope I don't have to, I hope I don't meet it. And, well, fingers crossed that you find a way to end it permanently.
Well, it's not my job.
No,
But,
of course not.
I trust the people at the top of the pyramid. Well, not a literal pyramid. I trust the people in the big castle. They'll be working away on finding a way to destroy these things safely.
Oh, absolutely. I am sure they will find a way to do it.
I bet the thing was only created with evil magic.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. I mean, it wouldn't be here otherwise, no?
Yeah, exactly. It's not natural.
No, not at all. Well, thank you so much for your time. You have been incredibly helpful.
Well, it's not what I'm here for, but I have been.
Well, you know, break the monotony.
It's a long shift.
No, I'm sure. Well, thank you so much. Keep up the good work.
Right.
What you're
Stay
doing.
away from fortune tellers.
Of course. If I find one, I'll tell you, and you can burn them.
Yeah.
Take care.
All right.
I'll head back. Fuck!
Oh man. Well, thank God they put it in that pit, eh?
That's a
Big
tail.
is this pit?
Oh yeah.
We buried the thing under rubble and it got out.
Well, the longer it's in England, the better.
Says you.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've actually I've got a miniature of it, Tom.
Oh, no way. Really?
Yeah, ready, yeah.
You do, yeah, okay.
I think it's one of the 12. On the door, there's a symbol of an eye, just like the Impui eye. So I think it's one of the 12 avatars.
Didn't we? I thought we thought it was.
We know
We
he's
didn't-
an avatar, but we don't know of who or what. But in this,
Oh. Right.
there's a one of the symbols of Gar is like a weird Egyptian eye.
Of course.
I think it's him.
Bloody Gar. Friggin' useless.
Keep your men under control, Gar.
Okay, so Enzo spends a few hours sightseeing before rejoining the rest of the party.
I have an admin question,
Sure.
and that is the rod of resurrection was in my safekeeping. I gave it to Reinhold, which it was then used on Laurie, and needed recharging. Who then had it? Did I take it back?
You had it back, didn't you give it to Till?
I do often give it to Till, but I gave it to Till before, not after. And he does not have it in the Underdark.
Okay.
Because, I said you don't have it. I said that.
So are you saying you think you're carrying it around?
Well, I was just wondering if I was. But I don't. I was kind of asking anyone who might have taken notes or Corym.
I don't know. I don't know. I think it's. I mean, I'm easy to go with what you think happened on this. I think it's probably one of those things. Seeing as you're sharing it around, we should probably declare at the beginning of whatever session it is, I've got the Rod of Resurrection. So we're clear on it.
Typically, I always have it, and then I give it to someone. That was how it works. But because that session was slightly different, it was like it worked slightly different.
Like I say, I'm fine with it. I probably, like I say, in future, if we start off a session, just make it clear to me. I've got it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I've got nothing to suggest where it is. Last I've got is Reinhold's got it.
We can play that Reinhold still has it, and I'll have to get it
I'm
off him.
sure that Reinhold gave it back at the end of that session. I am sure
All
of that.
Okay. I got it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what is the plan after your rest and Enzo's sightseeing?
What a depressing city this is. And don't drink the ale.
Don't drink the air.
Ale.
Oh.
It's very stale.
I don't think they've got many resources here, Enzo, to cure beer, and I don't think they have a very good import or trading partnership with anyone.
No, it's terrible.
So, are we going to see if the cathedral survives and the Harbinger and the Bishop are there?
Are we really going to join an attack on a cathedral? I'm not a soldier.
Nor am I.
But so what?
And
We
just
watch
stay
them
behind.
attack and see what happens?
Those.
We should face the worm first.
You think?
Well, are they going to
So-
hold off the attack while we do the worm?
I assume they've already counter-attacked. The worm is not going anywhere.
I'm quite happy to do the worm.
Are we still in our room?
I hope so.
I am going to use this ball, the crystal ball, to scry on the cathedral.
All right.
Ooh.
So the vision clears in your crystal ball. You can see the exterior of the cathedral. The curtain wall has been partially collapsed. There are fewer figures moving around here now. You see the main cathedral building itself has some smoke pouring from it. The buildings all around it, the support buildings, have all burnt out through the night, and now they just have smoke rising from them. The cathedral itself seems to be the only building that's still intact.
Are there creatures around it? Are there still
You see
hordes of...
6 of those pale-skinned, horned-looking creatures that were described before. Similar to Dramos, but pale-skinned. You see those on the steps leading up to the main cathedral. The cathedral itself's got quite a wide front entrance, and the front doors, there's 2 of them, and the front doors are, one of them's closed, the other's partially ajar, but you do not have a clear view inside.
Hard to tell whether the attack is over or still continuing, but the fortress, the main fortress body of the cathedral seems to be intact.
Well, this is an easy thing to ask. I'm going to go to the door to our room, open it. I'm assuming there's a guard nearby. I imagine they wouldn't leave us unguarded.
There is a guard nearby, yes.
Is the attack on the cathedral started, finished, ended?
I don't know. I could check, I suppose.
Would you mind? That would be great.
Sure. I can
Thank
do
you
that.
so much. Okay, you come back and tell us one way or another.
As soon as that Enzo was going towards the door, I would make sure I was completely outside of the door.
Dramos was just pulling on his pants.
Yeah. Gets like the cover of the bed. Woo!
Full purple glory.
Just knock on the door.
I open it.
The city is marshalling troops. It looks like a number of the demonic forces were pulled back during the night, as far as we can see. But a force is going to be sent later this afternoon. Once those who were injured have been healed, or marshalling forces, that's when we're sending.
Thank you. You've been most helpful. Well, there we go. That answers that question. Hasn't happened yet. It's going to happen this afternoon.
So we can try and sneak to this worm. Try and sneak past it, try and get what we need. And then help the city.
I mean, is anyone fairly confident of being able to sneak past this giant worm to grab the urn?
Oh, didn't that woman say that if we help her, she'll help us with the work?
To a certain extent. Well, she
She
said
said she wouldn't
maybe.
help us with the worm.
She has told us where it is.
Well, I've got an idea, but I'm not sure it will work. It might. Because she said she wouldn't help us with the worm, but if the worm was to go in towards the city, well, one of those big giant decimators could attack it. So we just lure it out of its lair and towards the city and let the city take care of it. I don't know what we use to lure it out, though. Probably stealing something from him would probably do that.
Well, let's go and find the lair of this worm, shall we? Let's make that our first order of business.
Wouldn't it be more prudent to attack the cathedral with the rest of the troops?
I think
Well,
we're
that is
trying
not
to do
happening
both.
for a number of hours yet. That will be this afternoon. It is early morning.
Oh, killing a worm in the morning, then attacking a cathedral in the afternoon. What a day.
Let's roll. I feel good. I got dirty dented plate on. Let's do this.
Well, I mean, we don't need to actually not find it. I mean, she said she would tell us where it is. So she could point it out and we go there.
Yes.
Nice and easy. All right, let's go see her.
So what's the plan?
Go see the woman.
Find out
Ask
where
her
the worm is.
what worm is. Check out the worm's location, you know, the thing. See the whole situation. Adjust from there, I think, is where we're going.
All right,
with
okie
that.
dokie. Well, it's entirely in your hands. You can do anything you want. That's fine. So you can go back to the audience chamber, and there's a small wait, but then she reappears with Satan at her side. I hope you're well rested.
Before we head out of the room, how am I being disguised?
With a mustache.
Well,
I
Just go
can't do
invisible.
what I've done before, or I could make you invisible for an hour.
Or, if you prefer, just stay in the room. We talk to the woman. We come back, invisible, boom. Or just wear a very heavy cloak.
Got a hole.
Well, a very big heavy cloak.
But presumably, if Dramos takes any hostile actions, he becomes visible.
If he was to cast a spell, if he was invisible, if he was to cast a spell or attack, then yes, becomes visible.
Duly noted.
It just
Sorry, I
depends
keep
on
planning
what
something.
we're going to do. If we're going to the worm, it seems I will wait with Dramos in the room.
Okay.
You guys go off and talk to the woman. Work out what you're
Yes.
going to do, and then we'll work out what we're going to do. At least if someone comes in, we can be Dramos being seen. We will lock the door as they leave.
Okay.
All right. So the rest of you, sans the spellcasters, go to the audience chamber.
Yes.
You are well rested. Deja vu.
Oh, can I scry on the audience chamber?
Is that what you want to do? Is it?
Yeah. You'd probably see it. It'd be fun, but hey, what the hell?
All right. You're going to scry on the audience chamber.
I'm going to estimate how long they take to get there, so to speak, and give it a little bit of time. So I think it only lasts like about 10 minutes, I think it does.
Okay. I trust you're well rested. Deja vu.
Very well, thank you.
Yes. We are, thank you. We were just looking to get a little bit more clarification on the location of this worm.
I see you wish payment. Well, I'm a trusting woman. And all of my instincts say that you're honourable people. I certainly feel from Talos's thoughts he would not see a deal shortchanged.
No, we will be heading to the cathedral with the replenishment of troops this afternoon.
Leave the city by the main gates. Stick to the ridge. Head directly east of here. 1 mile, you'll see a cluster of 5 cave entrances. Only one of them is blocked up with stone. That is the one you seek.
Oh, I did not hear. Wait. Leave the gate.
Go east,
Right,
the 1 mile, 5 cave entrances, one of them bricked.
Stick to the ridge.
Stick to the ridge.
It is a time of hibernation for this beast. Shedding his skin
That's bad.
in growth.
That's very bad. Do you know much about this worm?
It is a blue scale.
Okay. That means lightning, frost.
I believe it was lightning. I did not see it myself, but I know that it killed a number of poor Anglon warriors. It was judged that a time of hibernation would be the best time to seal it in.
Well, yeah.
It sits upon a wealth of items and money. Need I say it would be sensible not to interfere too much with any magics you find there.
I understand. We understand, of course.
Of course.
Should the worst happen and it awakens and chases after us, I trust the city will be prepared to assist.
I am not in charge of military matters, but I will talk to the king, and I'm sure orders will be given.
Excellent.
All
was
being well, we shall see you later this afternoon.
Is the worm alone, or does it have hatchlings or little wormy things with it? Or do you know?
I do not know this.
Oh. Okay, well, thank you. We know the location.
You're welcome. You hear a shout from beyond the door at the back of the room. Serena! Serena, where are you? I will be but a moment. I'm afraid my time grows short for now. But I wish you luck with your worm.
And I wish you luck with whatever that was.
No luck is required. But trust to your skills. Look after each other. Beware the Harbinger.
Everyone stays.
Yeah, right.
Which one? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
So she will leave, and she leaves Seyden in the doorway, guarding where she exited from.
Okay. Right, let's head back to the room, inform the others, and head out to this cave.
All right. You find that you're allowed to. Well, actually, we need to decide what's happening with Dramos.
Doesn't take an hour to get out of the city, does it?
Assuming nothing goes wrong.
Of course.
I do have a. How many times can you do the invisibility thing?
A lot.
Oh, good. Because we might need that quite significantly. Yeah, I've got no problem with Dramos being invisible just while we get out of the city.
Or climb into the bag of holding.
How long can you hold your breath?
Should give him about 10 minutes of air, I think.
Kai will take the chances of being invisible over climbing into the bag of holding.
I would take the
I
chances
would
of running through the city naked than going into the bag of holding.
Casting spells.
Pew, 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 demon casting spells. Why did you do it? Well, it was either this or going into a bag of holding.
I'm pretty sure there's a corpse in there.
There's not any more. No, they're in the temple of the people.
Oh, great.
Under the care, well, one of the care of Tills, we've got off and lost on.
All right. So we're going for invisibility.
Yeah.
Invisibility will be cast just as we're about to leave.
Okay.
I suggest we maybe have Dramos, I don't know, holding on to one of our cloaks perhaps and just letting us know where he is.
Oh, I will be holding on to a couple of the spikes. Oh man, Harbinger's armor.
That's alright,
Spiky.
I'll just wrap myself up today.
Anyway, I'm going to be holding on to whatever Harbinger's wrapped to armor up him.
Corks on all of the spikes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. With this magic cast upon Dramos, you make your way out. Within 30 minutes, you're outside the city. No one seems to stop you. You're allowed to walk freely through. There are clearly soldiers of the city that watch you, and some follow you, but no one impedes you. You're able to get to the gate, and they open the gate for you, letting you out onto the plain. No sign of any goats.
Follow that ridge to the
East.
left, isn't it?
You head
Direct
west.
To the east.
It's the east
Well,
side.
to the east.
You head
Oh, no,
east,
not
cutting
left.
through the long grass that grows here. The grass, like much else, has got a more greyish, lifeless hue to it, but it feels like normal long grass as it brushes against your legs and you make your way along this ridgeline. You see several cave entrances, but after 1 mile, sure enough, just as she described, 5 cave entrances, one filled with rocks.
Okay, well, Dramos, did you have an idea on getting through and investigating? And
Let me see.
How many
if,
rocks are there and how big are they?
There are a lot of rocks, and they are really big.
Okay. Takes that idea
How
out of the
big?
question.
Really big.
They are
boulders, essentially,
boulders.
right? Yeah.
Okay. I'll make my way up to the top where I presume they've just kind of been stacked in the
Yes.
entrance to create a blockage.
That's right.
Working on that rationale, I'll move up to they're kind of sloping out from the top then.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'll go up, make my way up the boulders up to the very top, where I presume the least amount of boulders would be to bar our way through, and then I'll start using stone shape to remove the obstacles, shall we say.
Okay. As you start work, the rest of you just all right to wait.
Try and wait quietly.
Keep an eye out.
You can see smoke rising to the sky from the south, from the area where the cathedral is. A winged creature flies across the sky some distance away.
Oh, little day now, Glenn.
Waiting nervously. Well, no.
Corym is able to make a space big enough to see down. There's a cave mouth here, large, burrowing its way into the cliff face. Make a perception check, Corym.
There'll be like rain of fire and immediately get spit in the eyes.
He gets a face hugger on the face.
Yeah.
Okay.
21.
So you get this rock out of the way. And you sort of bend down a little bit and look down. There is a glow coming from the walls in here, illuminating the area with a dim light. As your head goes down, you feel a waft of warm air hit your face, and a low rumbling sound.
How far away is everyone else at the moment?
I'll be right at the base of the rock
20,
path.
10, 20
Same.
foot?
Yeah, everybody would be
I
within
would.
20 foot.
Yeah.
Unless you don't want to be, Harriet.
I want to be wrapped in bubble wrap. Not bubble wrap, that's a bad mistake. Cotton wool.
Pop, pop.
Something quiet.
Something quiet. I'll motion to everyone to come up. We definitely have the right cave.
Okay, good. So who is going in to get this thing?
Well, I would suggest that we all go in together.
Well, are we not trying to do this quietly? No offense, Harbinger, but I can hear you stomping around.
Really.
I can go in.
We could, and but we want what he has as well, don't we?
Oh, I want to see what goodies he has. Yes.
How deep does the cavern look if I peek in?
Well, how far into does it go in?
Yeah.
This tunnel goes off some distance and then curves round. He's certainly not asleep, just the other side of the entrance.
Darn it.
I'm going to make my way. I'm going to crawl through. Start crawling through.
Follow Corym.
Yeah, me too.
In fact,
Okay.
The mold stone spell. It's I can mold stone as up to 5 foot. A piece of stone up to 5 foot in any direction. So if there's lots of little boulders, I'm just going to move them and try and create enough space so that we can actually walk in rather than crawl.
Okay. You can get enough space so you can walk in. You just have to duck a little bit to make it, especially Gartok. But
Bit of a squeeze.
step up the boulders and then you can duck your way in, and then climb down the slope on the other side into this greenish lit tunnel.
Okay.
Everybody going in?
Sure.
So, before those with armor go in, yeah, can we kind of like rip some sack up to try and mask that metallic noise that armor makes?
I mean the noise that Corym already made on his way down there.
Yeah.
He went down like a
Talos with his plate mail going clank, clank, clank,
ding
clank.
ding dong ding dong. I'm scraping like.
So, you all get into this tunnel. Dramos thinking, how can I quieten this lot down? A lot of metal in here. You can all hear this sound. It's not right there, but because of the way these tunnels are formed, it's carried down towards you. You can see there's several tunnels going off in different directions. And that's where we're going to leave it.
Ooh.
Oh, bloody hell. Bloody hell.
Dude.
Can I get the health boost?
I'll do one thing before we finish. I'll cast aid at 4th level. I'll tell it Harbinger and
Okay.
ooh, who shall we go? We'll go for Tom's character, Enzo.
Woo! Do I get 20 again?
No, it'll be 15 this time.
15. I'll still limit egg. Nice. Look at that. 46 HP. I'm a monster. I'll be the tank.
Noted.
13 AC and 46 HP.
And myself, obviously.
Quite a journey for Enzo.
It's great.
13 AC.
Yes. I've only got leather armor.
That's Dramos'
More
normal.
armor than I've got.
Yeah.
No, mine's 12.
I'm only level 4.
I'm level 10 and I've still got 12.
He's
You've been offered
naked.
a load of armor from the armory if you wanted it.
They'll spoil my
Studded
luck.
leather.
Spoil my
They
look.
know,
Oh.
You're too
Yeah.
busy enamoring people at the pub.
I mean, I wouldn't really worry about it. In this place, nothing's struggling to hit your AC.
No, right? It's going to have a breath, and it's going to get us all, and half the party's going to get one-shotted. I'm telling you now.
All right. Well, there
I
you
think
go.
it might be good that you're not wearing metal armor in this one.
Yeah,